drink the water. Okay, I'm thirsty. Phew. Let me wipe my thing off. I'm tripping. Much better. Hey, peace. How is everyone doing on this wonderful Tuesday evening? I hope we are doing all right tonight. Peace to the chat. I see y'all in there. Peace to my moderators. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Let me send this to what you call right quick too. Because we got some things to get into tonight. Y'all already know we're going to talk about, as you can see from the thumbnail. We're about to get into the girl who got hit with a brick. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it already. I'm still going to go over the, basics of it, though, so y'all can see what's going on. I'm going to show y'all the video. It's not the video of the girl getting slapped by the brick, thank God. Anybody trying to see that? It's egregious. But I'm assuming it probably is egregious. But we are going to look at the oh damn, you know what I got to do? I got to do something. But we are going to look at the reaction video she made. I mean, the video she made after it happened, after the incident, and like of her on the street, and of her. I don't know. I did do it. I'm sure. No, I didn't. I didn't do it. I'm sure. And of her in the hospital talking about it. Okay. So we got a couple things to get into. Also, we're going to have a special guest tonight. My sister, my lovely sister, Ayanna, older sister. She's been on the channel before. If you know, then you know, baby. When I was doing, what was it, 2021? I think it was 2021. I was doing all in-year interviews. I stopped doing it in 2022 for some odd reason. But 2021, I did hella interviews. Ayanna was one of them, my little sister, and that was a great interview. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Actually, it's on Patreon, so you got to go to Patreon to see it now. But I did them live, though, so a lot of y'all did get to see it when it first came out. And it's a clip of it on here too, if y'all want to see. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm waiting for her to come. She told me to give her like 5-10 minutes because she got a son. She's trying to make sure he's straight, all that shit. Gotta get the family first. So yeah, I'm gonna just wait for her to come in. But while we're waiting, she's already seen it. So I think I can go ahead and play the video while we're waiting for her. I'm pretty sure she'll be fine, if I'm not mistaken. But no, it's not the sister with the records. This is the one that actually went to Central. She went to North Carolina Central. But still, see what I tell you. I knew they store was a bit. We're going to get into it, King Lake. I promise you. We're going to get to that part for sure. Because it is definitely layers to this. Shout out to Afro Elite, matter of fact, because I was on his space the other day, his Twitter space yesterday, and he was talking about it. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that was in that space who came up and said something. But yeah, it's definitely not as simple as, blame the black man. And we're going to paint her out to be a saint because she is far from it. So we're going to get into it. We're also not going to, let me put this pre-warning out there as well, because I don't do the cowardice way of thinking, the way of speaking. I'm not with that for men or women. And I have seen a couple people, okay, hit the link. I have seen a couple people kind of trying to go down this route of, oh, well, because of such and such, it's kind of like what's the best way to put it? She deserved it, or this is what she get. I'm not for men putting their hands on women. I just want to make that clear. I'm not for that. That's not what this platform is about. All right. I'm definitely not for men putting their hands on women, and it's to an extreme extent like this, getting hit in the face with a brick. That's egregious. I'm just saying, that's a lot. I mean, he ain't even backhanded. He ain't give her an open hand. I mean, Charizard at least said a little pop in the mouth. Okay, you say nothing but no damn bricks. Okay. So no, we're not for that. But I am for holding people accountable, holding women accountable. Moreover, I am also for holding men accountable as well. But I'm a woman, so we're gonna do women first, as always. And I'm also for not for, but I also understand cause and effect. Also, shout out to Justin Blue. He made a video about that. I also understand cause and effect. I understand what you attract, and karma. So we're gonna get into it. My sister just texted me and told me she was ready, so I told her to hit this link. She's a little on the slower side, but I'm going to emphasize it. Hopefully she knows what I mean. But let's get into it right quick while we wait on her. So recently a woman went viral, okay? A Somali woman. Now, this Somali woman, we're going to get into this aspect as well. Like I said, there's layers to this. She's not FBA. She is Somalian. And a lot of people thought she was FBA because of the video that I'm about to show. You know, the way she was kind of reacting kind of gave FBA, to say the least. Like she kind of came off like she was FBA. People thought she was. The way she was talking, at least she was kind of using like our vernacular. So FBA, and the fact that she was saying black men ain't doing nothing. We about to watch it, but the way she's kind of talking, it just kind of people presumed her to be FBA. You know what I'm saying? In the minute she was talking about being FBA, come to find out she's not. Okay, matter of fact, look at my sister, perfect timing. I was about to get move on. Okay, hold on, let me introduce. Hold on, I got to take my headphones off. Well, hello, beautiful
people.
How you doing, big sis?
I'm doing good. I think I got this iPad up right.
You look fine. Yeah, you're good. It's a good angle. We love to see it. We love to see it. Looking good. Okay. Y'all, this is my older sister, Ayanna. She's been on the channel before, like I've already introduced. Do you want to say anything else for your introduction?
Oh no, those are my handles, and as my name, La Real Nubian, is my handle. But you know, my name.
Okay, yes, her name is Ayanna, but you can follow Instagram at that if you want to follow Instagram. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into it because we have differing positions, to say the least. Okay.
Okay.
So like I told them, we're going to get into the original video first, which is where she went viral when she's talking about what happened, and you know she's outside yelling at the men. So I'm gonna play that first, just to give context. Everybody knows everybody's on the same page of what happened, and then we're gonna get into it. Okay, we're gonna start peeling back some of the layers of this onion. All right.
I wish you were going live on TikTok at the same time.
I mean, I could go live right now while we do it.
You should.
You think I should?
I've been quiet all day listening to people talk.
I'm wait. All right, I'm gonna go live. I'll just go live. I don't ever be getting on TikTok go live, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes though. I'm not even about to pay attention to it for real, but I'm gonna put it right here beside me. All right, so yeah, this is the original video. Let's get into it right quick. Let's do it.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a. Yeah, this man hit me. He grabbed a rock and he hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Yo, this man just hit me.
Okay, so this is after the initial incident. And let me say this right quick, too, just to start with. My bad, TikTok. How y'all doing? Now you got me talking to TikTok, too. How y'all doing? We talking about the girl that got hit by the brick. Give context. So, look, I got to say this as well because we are just coming out of Black August. Black August was like basically us, you know, feeling the feeling of the ancestors' revolutionary spirit. That's why we had the chair and a bunch of other things happening. You know what I'm saying? So that was Black August. We coming out of that into September, and we was gaining a lot of momentum with Black unity. We had all these youngers coming out talking about they feel everything. You know what I'm saying? They ready to come together and liberate each other. So we're coming out of a unified spirit from August. Okay, Let's try to keep that up. We're not going to indulge in the gender wars. All right, we're going to try to keep this up and keep that spirit going. I just want to say that before we get into this as well, because I know we're about to, you know, get into it, but we got to keep that spirit up. Okay, we can't allow this to shift the real direction of what's happening. Now, how do I do this? Okay, the real direction of where we want to go, which is, you know, unity. So yeah, but yeah, I want to put that out there. So that was the lady after the incident first happened. She said it was a bunch of niggas standing around. She saw some black men standing around. The black men, we find out are not FBA, which a lot of people assume anyways. And again, like I said, she is not FBA, but this is her in the hospital.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, What you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why is this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick, and all these is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch, and they let that get in the car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women? Like, don't.
I'm gonna try to speed past a little bit of this because there's a lot of theatrics in this. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes.
I understand. Like, I'm just trying to take my friend out from 5 years ago. Like, literally spending my whole money, not bothering nobody. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? I'm in the parking lot just trying to buy some food. And, like, I'm literally like, why is this busted up on me like this? And I'm looking at all these. They literally let this do all of this. They let like really like do all of that. I never thought it was gonna happen, yo. Like, it's so wild. And he's gonna get away with it. He got in the car. He got away. He never gonna get caught. He's gonna move on. He's probably at an after party right now.
Okay. All right. That's a lot of theatrics. That's pretty much the meat and potatoes of it, though. Basically, she got hit with a brick. Somebody was trying to holler at her. She wouldn't give him her number from her perspective, which was she says. Somebody tried to get her number. She wasn't trying to give it to him. He picks up a brick. Black men standing around. He hits her with a brick. Black men don't do nothing. Let the dude get away, get in the car. He drives off. In the story. Now she's in the hospital. Now first things first. Definitely wishing her a speedy recovery. I hope she's okay. She was in the hospital. I think she had a GoFundMe for like $25,000. I'm not promoting her GoFundMe. She's actually reached the $25,000 goal, $25,000 goal from that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she got like $25,000. She might have got more than that. You know, GoFundMe's, I think you can go past the goal, if I'm not mistaken. So she might have, last time I checked, it was like $23,000. So it might be more than that. But I'm not about to say, I'm not promoting that. If y'all want to go find it, go find it. I'm not about to put that shit up in there. But yeah, wishing her a speedy recovery, you know, because that is messed up. Just even without looking at the different perspectives of it, that alone is egregious. You know, that's a very outrageous result for something that is even this simple. There's something that wasn't initially violent to begin with, but to escalate to something you getting hit with a brick, especially as a woman in her face. I can imagine my face look like that. I wouldn't even be up on the internet. I don't even know how she's doing it. But that's egregious. Her whole facade of her face is swollen, which is, you know. So I feel for her, you know, just based off that. You want to say something just based off the initial video?
Oh yeah, I cried when I saw the video. I felt bad for her. That her face was like disformed.
Yeah, she looks great. She looked great. I'm not gonna hold it. But now we got to get into a little more. Now I noticed in that video, I think that's like my second time rewatching that, but I noticed that in that video, she talked about what the man did. She talked about what the black men in the back did or didn't do, but she didn't talk too much about what she did. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, from her point of view, her story was he picked up the brick. Yeah, he held the brick. He said, "What you gonna do?" And the black man in the back just stood there and let him do it. So there was no, and then I said, or and then I tried to. Mm-hmm. There was just a. Oh, you're still my headphones. I gotta take you out. There was just a. He did this. He held a brick, and then, you know, she jumped to what didn't happen with the black man, how hurt she was about that. Now, see that in between context. It's something vital, okay, that needs to be talked about within this conversation. Because if he did pick up the brick and threaten her with it, now we just had a little while ago a mother. She was in a restaurant. Her son was in the car, and she's getting into it with a black man. Black man is like, "Yo, shut the F up before, you know what I'm saying, I slap you," or something like that. She's going off at it, rattling at the mouth still, and he finally slaps her about 3-4 times. Egregious. He was wrong for that. He shouldn't have done it. Just like this man who hit her with the brick, still wrong, shouldn't have done it. I don't know what she did beforehand or in between, but still egregious. That's a woman. You didn't have to hit her with no damn brick. He literally could have pushed her and probably would have sufficed, but he didn't have to hit her with no bricks. Egregious. But just like that man hit that woman in the store with, how he slapped her. That was a result not only from his own emotional reaction, and lack of control and lack of masculinity, because the masculine does not do things like this. The divine masculine does not promote these sorts of behaviors. But it's also a result from her not being able to control her mouth, her not being able to control her own actions, and remain in her position as a woman. So now you have her son come out and shoot this man, and I think the son got off, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure the son got off. Y'all could tell me in the comments if I'm not right about that, but I think the son ended up getting off. And but it's just the moral of the story, the fact that she put herself, not only herself in danger, but also her son, because if the man had a gun, he could have shot back at the man. Shot back at the son. All types of things could have came from that. All right, because the woman wouldn't concede. The woman wouldn't submit to this man's willpower. Okay. Now that aspect alone, for me, is what I'm thinking is a big part of this story, a big chunk of this story that she's holding out. This is what I thought when I seen the story anyways, just because the whole in the hospital going live after, now mind you, you just got hit with a brick by a man. The fact that your first instinct is to get on live, get on your phone and talk shit about the same men that stood there and let it happen to you. Not your first thought, man. Let me call my mother. Let me call my boyfriend. Let me call a friend to talk to. Let me call a hospital. Let me call the police. Shit. Even if you're gonna do that, the fact that your first mind is to pull out your phone, record the men that you thought ain't do what they should have did as men, and not even having a second thought of thinking, you know what? If I talk shit to these men, what if they pick up another brick and hit my ass? You're not even thinking about your well-being. That right there alone already triggered a red flag. I'm like, something off. Okay. So my assumption, before we even get to the rest of the videos that came in afterwards, was that there's more to this story that she's not telling. Okay. You got something to say about that?
Well, I say how I would react to that, but I think, not trying to justify her being on live, but I think that she was probably embarrassed, and she wanted to embarrass them. So she felt like, okay, it's not just you guys hitting me with the brick. You guys are embarrassing me because you didn't do anything. I feel embarrassed in front of you guys because you did not come to my, come and protect me or protect me in that situation. So I'm going to embarrass you guys. I'm going to get on live, use my platform, and embarrass you. I think in that situation, that's what she felt like she wanted to do during that time. Instead of calling the police, I already got hit with the brick. Okay, fine. Well, I can't. This guy, he already walked away and drove off. I can't do nothing about the brick. So I'm going to embarrass you guys. So I think that's what she was trying to do in that situation. She's trying to embarrass them.
Understood, but she might have got hit by the brick because she embarrassed a nigga.
She was already embarrassed. The brick is already done. The face. Come on. You can't take the brick back.
You can't take back that big ass hit. It's not happening.
That was it.
There was no countering that, for sure.
We gotta get into what they were doing. It's like, you guys not doing nothing. Oh, you want to look at me? Just stand there. Okay, I'm putting you guys on live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to put you on blast. I think that's what she was in that situation. She was angry.
Understood. Yeah, definitely. I think that was probably the motivating factor as well. But again, that being the motivating factor instead of your initial safety is a problem. That speaks volumes about your character and your mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not something where I know for a fact. Knock on wood, that don't happen. I ain't trying to get by no damn bricks. Please don't test my words. But and my mind is not going there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let me embarrass this thing, but that's just not it. You know what I'm saying? Now there has been some videos that came out after her now mind you, this is after so many black men, because in the video she's like, black men standing right here, they didn't do anything, man, you niggas, I want y'all to be men, okay. Now after damn near the whole internet, I believe that post on Instagram, that repost that the Shade Room made on Instagram has 100,000 comments. 100,000 comments on that post. The majority of them saying, protect black women, black men, y'all need to get it together. This is unacceptable. All of them holding black men accountable. Most of the comments is, caping for this girl and trying to put the blame on black men, really in general. Not even just the black men in the damn video. I'm talking about black men in general. He just said, we need to protect black women, Malcolm X. etc., etc. Okay. And I don't even know if I want to go down that route first. We're gonna stay steady on the video because we definitely got to get into the fact that she's not FBA and the men around not FBA. Yeah, we gotta get to that. I think she has some hidden anti-Black American vitriol, right? I'm not around with, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. But like I said, some other videos has came out. Okay, some interesting perspectives. One being that one of the guys in the video has came out and said what happened from his perspective. Okay, and why he didn't intervene in the situation.
Allegedly, he was allegedly there.
Allegedly, right? Because we don't, people clout chase every day, so he could be lying for all we know. I can't put it past him. He could be lying. The girl hasn't came out and confirmed or denied anything, so you're right. We should put allegedly. You know what I'm saying, that this was happening. We don't know. But the one of the guys who allegedly was there has made a video, okay? And this is his reaction from the viral video she made.
Yes, she did get hit by a brick. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I was standing by doing nothing. And if that shit happened again in the same circumstances, I will watch. Because she's not as innocent as she portrays herself to be. She was taunting the guy. She was calling him all type of names. She was degrading him to a point where he resulted in picking up a brick and hitting him. I don't condone that type of behavior, but once again, she's not as innocent as she portrays herself to be. I remember a while back, she's posting videos going around in public, literally smacking old white people in the face. For what?
And we'll get to those because those are up here as well.
And those are scary.
You get hit by a brick, now you want to cry.
You said those are what?
Skits.
Yeah, they are. They are skits. I see.
Well, I don't care. You wanted trouble, you got trouble. That's why I'll still buy and watch. So oh man, that whole situation got me upset.
And by looking at it, I would expect him to watch. I mean, he doesn't look like but I mean, I would watch too if I was your size, buddy. So.
Oh my God. Look. You are missing the point. Now, he is not FBA. He actually says in the video, I think he said he's Nigerian or something like that. So he's a Black man, but he is a non-Black American Black man. Okay. Because that narrative has been pushed that that's a problem within Black men, and that's not in our culture. Most of 9 times out of 10, that shit would happen around, even in the hood, around some of your most lower vibrational Negroes. They would have said something or did something, like more than likely. You know what I'm saying? They're not just about to let no man hit you with upside the head with a brick, even if you be wilding. To be honest, I didn't see it. They're still going to still going to try to protect you some way, somehow. Okay. Now, the brother said that she was taunting him. She was insulting him. She was basically antagonizing him to hit her. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're never going to justify, like, this is an extreme situation, getting hit in the face with a brick. Did you muted yourself?
Yeah, I muted because I'm talking to my son at the same time. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Now that is unacceptable, hitting a woman in the face with a brick. But when we bring into context that she had an egregious behavior of her own before he got to that point, we don't know what he said. We don't know what type of emotional trauma he's been through. We don't know how he feels about women, what culture background he comes from, how they handle situations similar to that. And so, from what I'm hearing, the guy that hit her is Haitian as well. So I don't know about that. What the ask is social standards is over in Haiti when it comes to men and women and fighting and things of that nature, domestic violence. But when we hear that she was taunting him and basically antagonizing him, now we have to go back to, well, should we really be caping for her? This is, again, not to say that she should have got hit with a brick, but should we be standing up here caping for her? Should we be standing up here donating to her GoFundMe? Should we be up here blaming Black men for the reactions of not only when we think about Black men, most people think about Black American men. So most people putting this on Black American men. Okay. But should we be blaming men in general and ignore the accountability that needs to go towards women when it comes to our own reactions and our initial behaviors without interactions with men? Because women can be hella disrespectful. I've talked about it many times. I think we might have talked about it on on the last live I did with you. We touched on that. But women's behaviors, modern women these days, can be hella disrespectful. Okay, so now it's not just a because a lot of people trying to chuck this up to, oh, well, men need to handle rejection. Do you understand? Men get rejected from they gotta learn to handle rejection from young age, like way before women have to get to that point. Way before women have to understand what rejection is and how to handle it. Men have to handle rejection over and over and over and over again, because men are seen as the ones that approach. So when you're learning to approach, you get denied 111 times before you get that yes. You know what I'm saying? So most men know how to handle rejection, and a lot of people just trying to minimize it to, oh, well, he's just one of these hurt men who don't know how to get rejected, and da-da-da. And that's not always the case. Not to say that that's not it sometimes, but that's not. I would even go as far as to say that's not usually the case. Usually, what it is the disrespect that comes with the rejection. It's not just a no, thank you. It's not just a, oh no, I got a man. See you later. Oh no, it's thank you. That's so sweet. I'm gonna pass. It's a no, nigga. The fact. You ain't got no damn money. You paying for my gas? You can't. What you say? You used to say you can't even get inside. You can't even get in the club. How you hang from outside the club? You can't even get in. It's a whole slur of things that come before. No, you can't have my number.
That's true.
What you about to say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that. I mean, I agree with some of what you're saying, and then. But there has been instances. There was a time where I was in Patterson, New Jersey with my friend, and we were on the block, and this, you know what they do on the block. You know what I'm saying? So this little boy or young man tried to come up to me and talk to me, and he knew my friend. And he was like, yeah, yo, Ma, yo, what's up? You know how it is. You know how you say, yo, what's up? What's up with you, Ma? What's up with you? And I'm ignoring him. So I'm like, no, I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. As soon as you say you're not interested and engage with them, they want a whole conversation. It's, oh, I have a boyfriend. He don't let you cheat. It's a whole, I don't want to engage. So I'm just trying to like ignore him. And he's talking to my friend like, hey, yo, what's her problem? Yo, what's up with her? Like, what's wrong with her? Like, why she don't want to, what's wrong with her? She one of them bougie girls. So I'm like, no, I'm not bougie. I just don't talk to corner boys. I don't like corner boys. Hey, yo, Kiana, he grabbed his little thing he had in the front, you know what I'm saying, his protection. Hey, yo, get her off the block, yo. She got to get off the block. All because I told him I don't want nobody who sell drugs in the corner.
Well, how do you know he was selling drugs in the corner? This wasn't on the corner.
Sir, you want to stand in the corner with a bunch of guys in Patterson. You come on, what y'all doing? Back to the youth? No. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want drug slangers, corner boys. I don't like them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Any other guy be like, all right, cool, that's all good, Mom. You know what I'm saying? His ego felt hurt. So because his ego felt hurt, his response to that is always something violent. It's gonna be violent or anger. So she gotta go. Hey, yo, don't bring her back to my block, yo. We're gonna have problems. You bring her back.
I can't invalidate that experience, because I've had to happen to me before. I was in Jersey and Baltimore, and dude walked past. It was real quick in action. So we just walked past each other. His group was walking up, my group walking up. Hey, how you doing? Nah, I'm good. Hey, fuck you, bitch. You ain't got it. I was like, yo, what the? I swear to God, that was my first time in Baltimore. So I said, yo, what the fuck? I was with Taylor. Taylor was like, yo, just chill. These niggas crazy. Don't do it. Don't just chill. Just don't.
She know. Okay.
What the hell is going on there? I swear to God. Don't make bitch everything. All I said was, I'm good. Like, that was it. There was a whole group of these. I'm like, damn, bro.
You better ignoring it, not saying nothing back.
Yeah, no, it's happened. And that's an emotional reaction. Again, that is a showing of lack of masculinity. And that is because, slavery, things like that, whatever, white supremacy. We ain't got to get into all that. You know what I'm saying? There is an emotional aspect, to this when it comes to men's reaction. There can be that. But out of that one time, that is one time out of the many times, and I'm sure this is true for you as well, out of the many times I've rejected brothers and not had even the slightest disrespect in return. Yeah. That's one time. That was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been denying brothers my whole life.
If I'm in the hood, I've gotten.
We're not just talking about in the hood. We're not talking about. We're talking about the black men in general. Okay, even if we're gonna bring a non-FBA black men, for both sides, non-FBA and black Americans, that is one time, and I don't know if that dude who did that to me was FBA or not. Chances are he was. He had the 2U accent, he had a Baltimore accent, so he probably was. But black men in general, that is one incident that has happened out of the many times I've denied black men, even more disrespectfully. I said some shit like, "Nah, I'm good." Like, hell nah. I'm saying, on roll my eyes or just ignore them or some shit like that. They right there beside me, I'm just ignoring their ass, some disrespectful shit like that. Even in those times, I've still yet to have a black man put his hands on me, threaten me, do something real emotional or crazy in response to me rejecting him.
Yeah,
and I was
super aggressive back with them. You never, like he said, you never like taunted them or made them, but.
Yeah, I definitely never went to that extreme.
But I don't. I mean, go ahead.
But you would.
The fact that my response to them being upset about me rejecting them could end up me being hit with a brick, or could end up me getting hit being hit by that person, or could have ended up with that guy maybe shooting me. Who knows? He had his hand on his gun. You know what I'm saying? And told me to get off the block. And I was like, "Hey, yo, I'm like, yo, where you bring me to?" Instead of me saying like getting aggressive with him and like, "Yo, do what you want to do," whatever. I just was like, "Yo, Kiana, where did you bring me to? Like, what type of hood is this? Please, let's go." Like, take me.
But I'm glad you said that too, because I don't think that's how it went with old girl. I'm sure that when he picked up,
he dead. I would be dead all over of an exchange because I said no. I didn't hit. I mean, I'm still a female at the end of the day. No matter if if I'm upset or I'm an aggressive female, I'm still a female. My strength and your strength are different, and your reaction and my reaction should be different.
Absolutely. Because men are more logical. You shouldn't have an emotional reaction to something that you should be used to be honest. Projections is something that men get used to very quickly. They learn very early on that you got to get, you got to be able to handle that. Especially in dealings with women. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, that shouldn't be a result. It shouldn't even be a possibility that that's a result. But again, we do have to look at, I'm glad you said that, because your reaction was, "Girl, who you got me over here with? Why am I, I was like, what's going on?" Your reaction wasn't to, so do it then. "Oh, I wish you would. I'm going to call my brothers. Oh, I wish you would. I'm going to call my man. Oh, I got something in the car." Some of these women, that's how their reaction would go. This girl in the video, prime example, and this is what I'm saying, she didn't talk about her actions, and I think that was intentional, because when she says he picked up the brick, then she just skips to, they see him with the brick, and he says, "What you going to do?" She don't say what she said in return. She didn't say, "I tried to run." She didn't say, "I asked one of the men to jump in front of me. I tried to walk behind one of them." She didn't say, "I asked him nicely, please put the brick down, like, please don't hurt me. I'm walking away. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it." She didn't say she did any of that. There was no conceding from her point of view. She didn't tell us that she conceded or that she tried to avoid this situation as best way as she could. She just skipped through, "Oh yeah, he held a brick, told me what you gonna do. The black man stood back there and he hit me with a brick." Nah, I don't think it worked like that. And just go from him picking up a brick to hitting you in the face and then people just standing. That it don't usually work like that. Yeah, it was more than likely a back and forth,
But still,
we gotta hold her accountable.
we gotta hold him accountable. I mean,
absolutely.
A woman being emotional in a situation, especially when it's involved, drinking is involved. I don't think, like, I would expect that. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I do hold a woman accountable, especially for situations like, you should have got yourself out of that situation. You should have. Why were you there? Why are you speaking with a bunch of men by yourself without protection of another man? Why? Out that league. Of course we ask those questions, but in a situation like that, it's like, why do we have to protect you? Why do we have to be protected from guys who are supposed to protect us? It's like, why do I need to be protected from you? You're supposed to be protecting me.
Well, see, like you just said, really men are supposed to protect you from other men, because every man ain't gonna protect you.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
But she didn't have a man out there to protect her, and the men that was there, they could have protected her, saw fit to not do so, because she was not a woman that looked like she needed or wanted, moreover, protection. So now you have this argument where you have men that's like, "Oh, well, should we be defending women? Like, do certain women deserve protection?" That's what we're gonna go to next, because I You know, in my personal stance, I believe men should protect women, but women should put themselves in positions to be protected. In this day and age, there's too many attacks on specifically black people, black men always. Black men is the number one target everywhere. But there's too many attacks coming from every side of white supremacy to attack the black nuclear family, black men, women, and children. For us to be loosely doing what we want, or loosely behaving, or being aggressive or unnecessarily emotional, and disrespectful to men, when we know that we have a problem, we have too many attacks on us. Like, it's irresponsible for you to be out here attracting threats, attracting violence to yourself, attracting emotional men or emotionalism, unnecessary drama to yourself when you know that you're in a predicament where you're already under attack. And you already have this man. If you have a man, even if you don't got a man, you got a father, a brother, whoever, whatever man is close to in your life feels some sort of obligation to protect you. Whether it's a man, brother, friend, whoever, they're going to feel some obligation to protect you. So for you to take that position that you're in, that you already know that you need protection, and go out here and attract more unnecessary drama to yourself, or possible, work protection he has to put in for you. Right. Do you even really deserve to be in a position? Is that something that you need to? Is that something that you really deserve?
Yes.
You think they still deserve it?
Yes.
Why is that?
It's like, at the end of the day, it's your job. It's like if I was out with my man, if me and my man were out right now, we were out tonight in that situation, the same exact situation, I would expect me. I don't know. We have not seen her Instagram at this point. We have not seen her TikTok. All we see is a woman who needs protected out in the street, who's being hit by a brick by another man. So this man that I have with me, my man, he better intervene, because that's his job. I mean, what are you here for then? You just stand there.
Now, although I disagree, I will say a lot of men, what's crazy is generally most men think like that. Generally, most men, that's why so many black men caped for this girl without even knowing the full context of what happened. Most men are still going to think it's my job to protect. It's my obligation. It's my duty to still protect the weaker. That's also within the masculine realm of orderly, positioning, of creating order and being the protection for the weaker, for the weaker of the group, is that, regardless, I'm still here to protect, regardless of her nonsensical behavior or decisions, whatever the case may be, or what happened. But I'm not going to allow a man to hit a woman in the face with a brick. That's just not. Most brothers is going to think that. That's why you've seen, especially from the FBA ones that I've heard reactions to, even with them saying like, "Oh, she wild, she did this, it was karmic, it was cause and effect, whatever the case may be." They still saying, "But you know what? If I was there, I wouldn't let that shit go like that. I wouldn't have just let her get her hit in the face with a brick and let that be. It wouldn't have went like that." Most brothers, most of the time, from what I notice, brothers won't step in. From like an interaction where a man and a woman is fighting, is if it's domestic violence, like if they're a couple, because then it's like, I'm not about to whoop this nigga ass just for you to go back and for you to be trying to call the police on me for whooping his ass. A lot of brothers will stay out of situations like that, but 9 times out of 10, if it's just a woman and a girl and a boy, a man and a woman in a situation at a grocery store and something random happens like this, they're gonna protect the woman 9 times out of 10. Most of the time they're going to try to do something to prevent the woman from getting hit, or to protect her after doing so, after something's happened,
Well, most of the men, even the men in these comments, are saying the same thing that I've been hearing all day. Like, that's your man. Like, who just said, your man. Like, basically, if it's not your man, then he shouldn't be protecting you. And it's not his job to protect you. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, that the men the lives that you've seen, they've been saying basically they would have stepped in. The lives that I have seen today have been saying the complete opposite. Basically, what people are thinking right now.
I'm not surprised by that perspective either. That some men would think that way as well. Would think that just to not say any. I mean, to not have done anything. But I think for the most part, generally speaking, the average black man, the average FBA man, is going to do something about that. He's not going to lie. He's not going to allow that shit to just ride like that. It's not going to happen.
I'm not going to go like that. They will or they won't. I'm mad at those who won't. I'm not gonna say, because I don't know the statistic. I'm not gonna sit here and argue, say yes, no, they won't. But I will say I have only, and the lives that I've been in, most of them have said no, and the ones who said yeah I will, they've been booted off the live, or they've been getting backlash from all the rest of the men. But
well, yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I got a delivery coming in. 1 second.
Okay. But yeah, I'm not surprised by that perspective either, though, because we do have to address, like I said, there's an emotional, and we're about to get into this as well. There's a aspect of femininity. There's the promotion of femininity that has been put on Black men, especially FBA men. You know what I'm saying? We talking about through buck breaking and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. White supremacy, slavery. Okay, being here in America. But not only just from necessarily the system of white supremacy or buck breaking and things like that, from us specifically, women, which is also a side effect of white supremacy, but from Black women specifically, we have promoted this emotional, this softer side of men being less controlling, men being less masculine overall. This is something that a lot of women have directly or indirectly promoted, directly through their sons or through the men they was with, through emasculation, through not letting them have control, not letting them make own decisions, not choosing certain men or masculine men to procreate with so they can teach them the boys how to be men. And then even if not after making that decision, having actively or trying to have other examples of masculine men around for the boys to follow. We get a result of emotional Negroes. Okay, we do have an aspect of men, Black men running around here that are over emotional. Well, matter of fact, Shahrazad Ali said it best. I always go back to the queen. Shahrazad Ali said it back. The Black man's guide to honor the son and the Black woman. Now that book was about Black women, but she said herself that book triggered so many Black men. She had to get security for Black men, not for Black women. She had to get security for Black men because it exposed what they allowed to happen to the Black woman. It exposed what they have allowed to happen within their communities. And by default, what has happened to them. Because something had to happen to the first layer of protection in order for the rest of the group to be, dismantled, to be put into such a degenerate situation. You know what I'm saying? And so she exposed that was 30-something years ago, that there was a problem, that the Black man was the first issue. That was Shahrazad Ali's stance. You know what I'm saying? That Black women need to be held accountable. It's time for us to file behaviors to be dissected and be accountable and things of that nature. But she already knew that everything starts with y'all. So I'm not surprised at all that you got a couple of Negroes up here like, I wouldn't have done shit. I don't give a damn if she was innocent. I don't give a damn if what happened. I'm not putting what if he had a gun? What if he did? No, and that is because we are lacking in our warrior class. Too many of our men, too many of them, to make it a problem, are running away from their position or turning their backs on a position of being the first layer of protection or being the warrior. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Black men that didn't know what it is, be one. You know what I'm saying? And understand the position. But there is too many, that are running away from that position. And a part of that is because our Black women putting ourselves into that position or trying to. We can never really go in that position. We don't belong there. We wouldn't even know what to do. Okay. But too many of us are trying to put ourselves in that position because we think we could do it better. And this is again from slavery and, white supremacy, things of that nature, all side effects from white supremacy. But us having this mentality that we can, if you ain't going to be the man, I'll be it. If you ain't going to be the leader, I'll be it. Instead of repositioning ourselves to be in a higher, to be in our divine feminine, to inspire that in our men, to inspire wanting to be that, to be softer so they can be harder, so they can want to protect us. We see ourselves as, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to be superwoman. I'm going to protect. I'm going to provide. And then with the feminist propaganda, these feminists running around, talking about equality and what men and women and men ain't women, men could be women, and women could be men. These liberal ideas that are coming out that is confusing the lines between men and women. It doesn't help it any further either. I think that's her son messing with her cat. Let me let her fix that for a second. But that doesn't make the situation any better. You know what I'm saying? That promotes more femininity with our men. And so we do that, and then we turn around in these situations, and when it's like we want masculinity, but we want selective masculine. We want to be able to pick and choose when a man can be masculine. We want to be able to pick and choose when you're aggressive, pick and choose when you're controlling, pick and choose when you want to provide order. We want to be able to have that power. And there's no way a real man can operate within his masculine and have a woman that's trying to, and be with a woman or be raised by a woman that is trying to really be in that position herself or control what he does in that position. There's, it's hard. Matter of fact, I can't even say it's no way because brothers have done it. Okay, brothers have still done it, but it makes their job a lot harder when they got to do that. You know what I'm saying? When they have a woman there that is promoting them to be something that is that is not within their nature. You know what I'm saying? And so we about to get into that too. Let me get for a second. We about to get into that too. But of course, I'm not surprised some of these Negroes run around saying they wouldn't have done nothing. Even though I still don't believe that. I think even some of the Negroes are saying they wouldn't have did anything. Because we're not even, I think for some of the Negroes that's saying that, I think some of them are thinking like, oh, well, you had to fight them. You had to, like, no, most of the time, black men ain't even got to fight. When a brother peeps a man, they don't got to be a brother. When a man peeps that there's protection from other men around, he's a lot less likely to do something. So it didn't have to go from one extreme to him picking up the brick, hitting her, and then the other dudes jumping him. It didn't have to go straight to that. It didn't have to go to even them getting into it, she being disrespectful, he threatened her with the brick, he jump in, boom, hit the dude. It don't even have to go to that. It could have just went to, hey, bro, put that damn brick down. What you doing? This is a woman. You're not about to hit this girl with no brick, bro. What you doing? It could have been even when they got into it, hey, bro, what you gonna say? Look, shorty, you ain't gotta be so disrespectful, but bro, go ahead about your business, man. She said she don't want your number, just go ahead about your business. That right there is protection within itself. That's a way to de-escalate. Protection, de-escalating is in the realm of protection as well. That would have been a way right there that a black man protected her and not had to necessarily, get violent while doing so. I think a lot of people hear protection and just jump straight to violence. It's not like he had to necessarily, get violent with bruh. But even if he would have threatened, hey, bro, I got your, a lot of brothers ain't gonna do this. But even if he would have walked, hey, man, I got your tags, man. Look, they got niggas taking videos of you. Bro, don't do it, man. You try to get locked up over hitting this girl with brick, man, just go ahead. Go ahead about your business, man. It ain't even that deep, bro. I promise you. So even in that sense, I think a lot of brothers is like, there's some miscommunication there when they say that they wouldn't have done anything. Because I just seen somebody in a ride. What is something that was Marcus Moore? What you say? I would have gave her a ride. That was it. That was it. I would have gave her a ride, period. Okay. EGREGIOUS, okay. But yeah, I think that's a lot harder for us. And then I think that aspect as well, I think it's a lot harder for a man to sit there and see something that egregious for a woman to, you know what I'm saying, to see somebody get hit in the face with a brick, that ain't something you see every day. That's what shit you see on TV, but to see that in person like that, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Most masculine brothers is gonna be like, come on now. All right, I can't, anybody just sit there and just watch while this lady get hit in the damn face with a brick. That's egregious. Women have never wanted equality. They simply want to have their way. Yeah, that's a fact. Let me see. A crazy man with a brick is unpredictable. If I see a man with a man and a woman arguing on the street and I don't know the motherfuckers, I'm leaving it alone. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Most of the time, especially if you look like they're a couple, a lot of people want to leave that alone. But if you see a woman getting her ass up, or something extreme like this, like getting hit with a brick, like. Yeah, I know for a fact my brother probably just not gonna just stand there and be like, damn, bro, she just got hit with a brick, and that would just be that. Like, nah, I doubt it would go like that. Wenda said she egged it on. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And see, that changes the perspective as well, though, because she's antagonizing the situation. All right, you ready?
Give me one more minute.
I'm about to get into this video.
Oh man, sorry.
Anyone who this is black men, yeah, it will be. But again, you know what I'm saying? We don't. This is the context that's coming out afterwards, and these are the from the way it played out, her disrespecting. We don't know how. Again, it's levels to it because different. I've noticed with men. A lot of y'all have different standards when it comes to the level of disrespect. Like some men might have seen her yelling at him and been like, hell nah, like, and just walked away before he even got there. Like, nah, I'm not even trying to be around it. Somebody just walked away before they even got there. But the men that was standing there, and depending on what she said, because from what the black dude said, he said that she was taunting him and, you know what I'm saying, she was taunting him and basically antagonizing him to hit her. So a lot of men, even if they did want to protect her, you told her they could hit you. You told her. You see him pick up the brick and you still said it. Again, she didn't try to concede. The brother didn't say she tried to run away or she tried to walk away, nothing like that. She stood there basically and was like, yeah, hit me with the brick if you want to, from what I'm getting from it. So yeah, if a lot of brothers see that, they gonna be like, you know, even if they do have an instinct to protect, they gonna, you know, they might think twice, like, hey man, is this shit really worth it? What the, I'm about to, you know, what if he put the brick down, hop in the car, and get something else, you know, because he see me walking that direction, like, you know, is it really worth it if she literally just told this nigga to hit me if you want to? Maybe she got a man that's close by that she knows gonna pull up as soon as he hit her. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she got her daddy a police chief, and she know that she gonna find out who it was. You know, so those type of things do come into effect. Well, which is why I'm like, you know, I'm not being too hard on the men who was there, because again, she didn't tell the whole story. We only got a clip from one of the dudes that was there, and we still don't know the full circumstances, which I'm hearing. In Texas, I think they're in Texas. It's a lot of they was by bars or something like that. So it may have been some security footage or something like that to kind of give us full context. Hopefully we can get that. But yeah, I'm not going too hard on the brothers who did that either, because I mean, yeah, if she was up there like one of these women that think that you can protect yourself, baby, well then let's see it. Let's see what you got. As a matter of fact, that's really what I want to get into. If y'all want to get back on this damn screen, that's really what I want to get into, because where's it at? Because now we have evidence that she might be one of them. And you know what's crazy? Let me just say this. You know what's crazy is when I seen the video, this is what I'm saying. When I seen the video, my first thoughts was like, oh, damn, that's messed up. But then as I continue to watch, I'm sitting there like, this is just coming off hella disingenuous. She's sitting there, oh, I wouldn't do anything to hurt. You know, I do everything to help people. And why would they want to kill me? Why would they want to hurt me? Like, I would have never thought. I'm like sitting here just thinking, like, you really in the hospital on making a video on this for Instagram talking about what somebody should have did for you and how you don't deserve this. Like, again, inshallah, I'm never in a predicament like that. Knock on wood. But I genuinely do not see myself going that route. I'm not getting up on the damn internet to be like, and I got a platform. I'm not getting up on the internet to say, look what he did. Like, it gave clout chasing to me, if I'm just being real. It gave disingenuous clout chaser. It gave half-ass story, which is why I started questioning what the hell is going on. I didn't comment on it and say, oh, she, oh, damn, that nigga messed up. Oh, damn, black men gotta protect black. I didn't even jump to that because I'm like, this girl, something ain't right. Like, something is not right for this to be her first instinct to get, like, something it was just something in my spirit. It's like, yo, something's wrong with this girl. So then when I go to her page, and that's what we're going to get into. When I go to her page, the truth starts to unravel. All right, I'm about to get into it because Ayanna is taking forever. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but we're going to move along. Okay, hopefully we'll tap her back in when she's ready. Where's it at? We'll tap her back in when she's ready. But yeah, so somebody posted these clips. Now, I actually also seen this on TikTok, but somebody posted these clips of her, all right? Some from before the incident happened, okay? Like this one right here. Actually, don't want to play that one first. Let's play this one first. Hold up.
I hope every black woman is kissing another black woman, because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities with our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies. We're the ones and the two. Bitch, not even the three. Because men are not providers and protectors, not innately, because they only protect what they possess. But we protect everybody and we provide, baby, okay? So I hope you catch a girl tonight, because I hope I do.
So she one of them. Somebody said she never reported it. She never told the police. She never reported it. Interesting. So you got up on the internet to tell people what somebody did to you and how hurt you were, but you ain't reported to the police? That's a little suspicious. Now, but from this video we just seen, she got up here and said, well, women are the innate protectors. Women, we protect everybody. Men only protect things and people they possess. But you know what? Women, we protect ourselves. We protect children. We protect everybody. Really? We're the innate providers of protection. Really? Now it's funny. Once again, let me say this. It's funny because you say that. If you really truly believe that, your first instinct wouldn't have been to blame black men. If you really, truly believe that feminist, illogical bull that you've been miseducated with by these white supremacists, if you really, truly believe that men are the innate protectors and providers, baby, your first instinct wouldn't have hold up your camera and say, look what the men didn't do. That wouldn't have been your first instinct. That wouldn't have been your first instinct. There's no way. The first thing you would have said was, no one protected me. Or you know what? You probably wouldn't even got up on the internet because you didn't protect yourself. Your first thing would have been, well, I couldn't protect myself. And you know what? I couldn't protect myself and nobody else did anything either. There were men and women standing around. Nobody did anything. Not just well, black men, y'all don't know how to protect women, protect black women. Well, why is there a movement? Why are you trying to get black men to say that hashtag protect black women when you believe that women are the real protectors? It ain't their job, right? It's innately our job, right? So why wouldn't your first instinct, where was all the black women? Where was the women at when he hit me with this brick? I can't believe y'all let this. It shouldn't even matter if he was a man or not, from your perspective. From your perspective, there's another video of her talking about trans people and how women got everything from trans men. She one of them, y'all. She's one of them. So apparently you don't even think there's a real difference between trans women and men and real. You one of them. So it really shouldn't even make a difference whether who hit you was a man, woman, trans, whatever. It really shouldn't even make a difference. It should have been something that you brought up. But your first instinct was to go look at the black men behind me that didn't do anything. And look, it was a man that hit me, and these men over here didn't do anything about it. Well, baby, they not the protectors though, right? Men can be women, women can be men, so it really shouldn't matter to them men at all. Could have been anybody. Nobody helped you. It's really what you should be saying. From your logic. And so this is what I'm saying. We can't sit here and chastise men for not doing what we think their job is. Did I do that? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't say all day. Let me see if you can. Hurry it up, buddy. Know what you're doing, but hurry it up. We can't sit here and chastise men about what we think they should be doing. They should and should not be doing as men, and then turn around and promote the complete opposite. That's ass backwards for us to sit here. And that's again with me saying that we want selective masculinity. This is why most of these women, you either want to end up with a white man or a stud, because that's the only sort of fake ass masculinity that you're going to get, that you're going to be okay with. Either the white men they can't vibrate as high as black men. They are nowhere near as masculine as black men. That's why they need this system of white supremacy to dominate the way they do. Because they literally cannot be, never have been, never will be as masculine as the divine masculine black man, the God. Let's just be real. They can never reach that level of masculinity. So the only people that you're going to qualify for with that way of thinking is a white man or a stud. A woman that's trying to be a man, because she can't reach that level of masculinity either. Because she's not a man. So that's the only two people that you're really advocating to be with, or black women to be with, because that's the only people who are going to be in alignment with your way, with how you think men should behave and operate. Because men are going to behave and how they operate as they please, because they're men and as they should. They're not waiting or under the protection of another person. They are the first layer of protection. But these feminists, like herself, don't believe so, and so they think they can push this narrative that men should be, they want to push selective masculinity while also saying that that same masculinity she wanted them black men to use in that situation is toxic. And then also saying that, and also promoting or complimenting these feminine traits in men. That's an ass backwards way to do things. So, y'all, this is what I was saying. Did you see this video of her on the net? Did you see this video circulating her on the net? Oh wait, hold on. Did you see this video of her circulating on the net? Hold on, let me play it right quick.
I hope every black woman is kissing another black woman, because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities with our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies. We're the ones and the two. Bitch, not even the three. Because men are not providers and protectors, not innately, because they only protect what they possess. But we protect everybody and we provide, baby, okay? So I hope you catch a girl tonight, because I hope I do.
So yeah, what's your thoughts on that video, Ayanna? That's what I was just saying. Getting some of my thoughts on that. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm embarrassed, but let's get that. That I feel like her words came back to bite her. Basically, you know, where the women at? It was black women who was supposed to protect you. So I don't agree with that at all. I mean, you know, there's some outliers. You know, I don't want to get hit with a brick, but there's some outliers. Like that feminist type of mentality, you know, women protecting women, and no, I don't want to protect your ass.
No. Come on.
That's not something
Do the women that think like that really deserve, or are they putting, even we're not going to say deserve, are they putting themselves in positions to be protected?
I wouldn't say they're not, because why is a man only men don't scroll on women pages. No masculine man or alpha male scrolling on women pages to see what type of feminist you are. They scroll right past you. So even if you are a feminist or you're not a feminist, and alpha male is in the room, he protected who he protected. He's not thinking about who's a feminist, who's not a feminist, who's this, who's that. He's protected who needs to protect it, because that's his area. He's dominant. He's a dominant man. So that's just in his nature. So I don't think she's putting herself in a position or not. I just feel like, you know, when it comes to those things, it's like saying, you know, a thief saying, I'm a thief because people don't give me nothing, so I gotta steal. No, you're just a thief. You can be a good, upstanding citizen. Like, you can be a man, and you can protect women regardless of the situation. Like, what you're supposed to do.
Well, let me put it like this. Not even just from that particular video. Not even to say, because a man don't got to see that. You're right. A lot of men don't see that. They see something they ain't feeling, they ain't rocking with, they just gonna keep scrolling. Most people in general. But yeah, men, if they, you know what I'm saying, that feeling is this thing, what you call it. But what I'm saying is, with that sort of mentality, the behaviors that you will have, you know, the things, the energy that you will exude, will that put you in a position to be protected? Because even let's just say this, let's just say we're in a room with a group of women. This is 5 men, 5 women. You got 2 or 3 of the women that's you know, chilling, they're talking to the men, you know, they're cooling, you know, it's drinks involved, it's a little party, a little small get together. Mm-hmm. They chilling, you know, people drinking and stuff like that, cooling. Somebody spilled, one of the men spilled a drink. One of the women gets on 2 of the women. One of the women is like, oh wow. Gee, you spilled it on me, oh my God. He like, sister, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident, I tripped. Oh, it's okay, you know, I'm just gonna blot it out. The other woman, she done had 4 or 5 drinks. She's belligerent. Now, mind you, everybody that had the same matter of fact, everybody had the same amount of drinks, but woman is belligerent. She's cursing, she twerking, anybody else dancing for real. She dancing, she twerking, all the men kind of looking at her. She's having something kind of promiscuous. She curses a lot. She's loud, and then he spills the drink on her, and it probably gets on her legs. Just a splash gets on her. Yo, what the fuck? How the fuck? Hey, bro, how you did it? Sis, hey, look, it was an accident. I didn't mean to do it. No, I don't give a. I just bought this fucking dress. You did it, and I'm about to do it. Hey, yo, I said, I'm sorry. No, this is fucking crazy. Did it? She's going off and going off and going off and going. Now, in that position, now if he say to hell with all this shit, in a position, in that situation, who do you think the men are going to be more likely to protect from the? Let's say the man has now got outraged. He done had a few drinks. Well, bitch, fuck you too. Fuck all y'all. Who do you think the men in that room are going to be more likely to protect? The woman who just went off, or the women who? Oh, I'm sorry. And the other 3 women who's just sitting there on the side by snap. Who do you think they're going to protect?
I think in that situation, any person wouldn't even think about protecting anyone. I mean, I wouldn't be like, I got to protect this man. A man don't need nothing protecting. He need protection from a woman. So I think in that situation, or the other woman didn't need any protecting anyway, because he's not belligerent with her. He's belligerent with the girl. So you're trying to say,
yeah, but if he got outraged, this man has been drinking. Maybe he a big dude. Maybe he got something else, and maybe he falling a little bit. He got a risk of falling on one of the smaller sisters that's not irate. Maybe he got something in his hand, and all he got to do is swing his hand back a little bit. Now, the masculine men might be like, hey, sis, move back. Hey, come over here. Oh, hey, bro, hey, look, you too big for that shit, bro. You need to go ahead. You need to get him out of here. And you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's one of the other sisters who spilled the drink. Maybe it's their house. Maybe he's not just thinking about her and initial physical danger.
But why are men allowing themselves to get emotional?
No, but see, now hold up. Now you shifting, you deflecting. We talking about the woman. I asked you a simple question. Is that woman
talking about a coherent person? We're talking about a drunk person.
The girl was drunk. That was after they left the club. I think the girl was drunk, actually. When they left the club, I think the girl was lit. That might have been part of the reason why she went live. I think she was drunk. More than likely, something like this. The dude that hit her might have been lit too, to be honest, for all we know. We don't know. But he could have been drunk as well. They both could have been drunk. But even if we can take alcohol on it. Fuck it. Take alcohol out of it. Now we just have an irate woman, and now we have an irate man because of that irate moment. His reactions to her being belligerent and rude and disrespectful and loud is now him doing that. Now you got this big ass. Now you just don't got this woman up here screaming and doing the most. You got a big ass man up here. Hey, yo, y'all better get this bitch before she do it. Now, do you think the men are more than likely going to throw themselves out there to protect the girl that disrespected this man, insulted him? You know what I'm saying? Pushed up on him, threatened him probably. It was not only herself, her own protection, but also somebody else. Let me call my brother. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to do this, that, and other. That only listen to this man. Do you think it's going to be within their instinct to protect her or the women that's on standby that's trying to get out of the situation? Do you think their first instinct is going to be like, let me make sure these women are cool?
Even protecting those women would be to de-escalate the situation. And to de-escalate it, you'll be protecting everyone. So,
yes, to de-escalate. Yeah, that's a part of protection.
If you see a man in any situation getting out of hand, becoming belligerent, becoming irate, another man should step in and de-escalate it. No matter who is the aggravator, or who is, no matter who's irritating him or whatever. The men around him should be trying to de-escalate the situation. Someone should be trying to escalate it. I mean, there has to be at least one alpha male out there, somebody.
Yeah, that's probably going to try to de-escalate it. But if you're trying to de-escalate something while also having a woman right there that's trying to actively escalate it while you're doing the opposite, that makes your job a hell of a lot harder. Now, if you don't know these women like that, especially if we talk about you don't know these women like that, you ain't really too fond of none of them. You maybe you know one of them that's cool or something like that. Why are you about to take your energy and take out your energy and time to protect this woman who might even start going on you? Let's just be real. He might even start going to you. If a man says one thing to a woman is, "Oh, baby, just calm down. Let me get him out of the way." And she might turn on this nigga next. He trying to help her. He trying to protect her. He trying to help you out. And now you done turn on this nigga, call him all types of things.
I've seen it happen 1,000 times.
I done seen it happen too. I done seen it happen. And men just trying to help out. And then they get the secondhand disrespect.
But that makes men, that just makes a man more attractive to me, My man, I didn't see him plenty of times with women and got crazy, especially, women that we know of, family members who got crazy, going crazy on an uncle or whatever. And then, you got the boy cousins coming in, jumping in, hey, and grabbing her, like, let's go. You know what I mean? You know, I don't feel like you have to, we're not talking about violence here. You know what I mean? So, no, they don't have to beat the guy up or come in. That's not the way I was talking about. Being able to de-escalate a situation before it gets out of hand, before he hurts someone, not just allowing another man to hurt someone, whether it be anyone. It could be a man hurting a child or a man hurting, a weaker man, a smaller, a handicap or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like in that situation, if you can de-escalate it, why not? No matter how belligerent that person is, that person can't be a threat to you. That woman is not a threat to you. She doesn't have a weapon. She's not a threat to you, no matter how belligerent she is.
Yeah, and I think in most situations, men are going to think like that too. They're still going to de-escalate it. But what I'm saying is, who put themselves in a position to be protected? Because if you're dealing with an irate man, again, a man is still more than likely going to come in to try to protect the women. Even if the woman is doing some wild shit, she did more likely, like you said, it's still going to score. But the woman who's not under the order of the man, the woman who thinks that she can do what she wants, that thinks that she can pick and choose when she gets masculinity and things that they should control men's behavior. If he says, "Hey, look, go to the back room," maybe he peeped the dude got a gun in his back pocket. Maybe he peeped that the dude got a knife on him or something that she ain't seen yet because she's too damn outraged. Maybe he's like, hey, sis, just go to the back for me right quick. Let me get him up out of here. And she's like, no, I'm about to call my brother. She's just going at it. Next thing you know.
He's doing his job. If she gets shot at that point.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody actually intervened. You're talking about a situation where somebody actually did what a man's supposed to do. And whether he was protecting his friend or protecting her, he did something. He didn't just allow a situation to play out in front of him and not do nothing. The video we watched, we saw people watch a situation and in the end do nothing about it. That's what we saw.
We didn't see that, but that's what we've been told.
In the video, you can hear him saying, "What you want us to do? What you want me to do?" That's the whole video. That's I would assume that means.
Oh yeah, they did say that.
I'm not doing nothing. So they didn't intervene in any way. They didn't even say to their friend, "Hey, yo, bro, like chill out," or "Yo, nah. You need to take us to the hospital." Something. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, in that situation, if nobody did, the situation you're talking about is different because now you're talking about somebody was there who intervened, and whether it be on either side. I feel like somebody could intervene. Even if they wasn't trying to protect her specifically, they could have like tapped a friend and said, yo, let's just get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have said that. Let's just go. Like, that's not even worth it. Put the brick down. Oh, you know what?
But this is my point though, because although I agree with you, again, we can't take away from the power that comes within putting yourself in position. Because we don't know, again, in between him picking up that brick and them having a little back and forth, we don't know what she could have done differently to allow the men to be men. There's like I said, there's a position.
But they didn't do nothing. It was like they did absolutely nothing. That's not acceptable, period. I
don't think it's acceptable either. I think they still should have done something as well. I think that something should have been done, whether it's call the police, whether it's get the nigga tags, whether it's just even if it's just words, again, trying to de-escalate. I agree. You're not losing me right there. What I'm saying is, on her part, though, because black women lose their lives, they lose their damn teeth, they get bruises, they're in hospitals, etc., because of things that they could have chose to do differently and allowing men to be men. So instead of her saying, him picking up a brick and her saying, what you going? Oh, nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, hit me, da-da-da. Why not? First of all, you shouldn't be arguing with a man at all. It don't really be public arguing with no damn man in general at all, especially with men standing right there. You should shut the hell up. But to double down on that, when you see that there's a physical threat involved, for your first instinct not to be like, oh, let me, brother, this man got a brick. Now she didn't get in the video and say, hey, I told them, I asked them, I asked them, could they help me? I turned around and I tried to get behind one of them and they ran from me. They saw exactly what was going on. They saw me pleading for help, and nobody did anything. That's not what the dude or the girl said.
But see, let's talk about your point. How you were saying, like, what she could have what she could have done differently to render, protection from black men. Now, from the lives and the perspectives of what I've been listening to all day, the mouths I've been hearing all day is, it's not my job. Like, they basically don't care. It don't matter. You could have been the sweetest girl in the world. I don't have to intervene. I'm not going to intervene unless you're my woman. Unless you're my mom, my sister, or my daughter, or my wife, I'm not going to intervene. I have no problem, really. I don't think that you should have to risk your life, of course. I'm not saying go out and risk. Nobody is a police officer or works in the R&B here risking your lives for women you don't know. However, you could have did something, even if it was, like you were saying, calling the police or whatever. And I feel like there is nothing you can say that would say, okay, she didn't render, being protected. No, because she can't be a threat to a man's life unless she had a weapon. And she didn't have a weapon. So her words is not a threat to your life, to any man's life. So she didn't deserve it. Period.
But if and this is what I'm saying, and I'm not going to even deny that point either, because again, although that's in the minority, the men that believe that, the men that think like that, because that is, again, that's lacking the divine masculine. That's not within the realm of divine masculine. Even the men that do think that, and her herself thinking that, she thinks like that as well. She matter of fact, she doesn't think like that. She has a clear male like vitriol, specifically black man. You know what I'm saying? She has this feminist mindset clearly that she thinks men are better. I mean, women are better than men. Women can do what men do and do it better, and et cetera, et cetera. So if you truly believe that, if you truly think men aren't the protectors and things of that nature, why and probably that men are over emotional and all these other things that come with the feminist anti-black male vitriol, why would you put yourself in a predicament to be arguing with a possibly emotional man? Why would you put yourself in danger to say, I know that I'm not stronger than him. I know that I'm not about to pick up a brick or hit a nigga or stab somebody. I ain't got no gun. Again, why put yourself in a position to when you know that you don't need the protection, right? You know you don't have the protection because you don't believe in the protection. You don't believe in the control or being under the authority of black men or being under authority and protection and control of a man, because all of that is within the protection. If a man can't control you or give you direction, he cannot protect you. Point blank, period. So if you know that you're operating in this vibration that you can do what you want and I'm going to protect myself, then you have to understand that those are consequences that might come with it, regardless of the social morals that might come with it. I mean, that people have outside of the situation. If you're a woman in this mindset that believe that you can protect yourself, and men are not the protectors, men are emotional. Women can do stuff better than men. Then why are you even arguing with the men that you know this could happen with?
And obviously they proved her point. They could have proved it wrong that day. She could have ate her words. And
she did eat her damn words. She ate her words, but she ate that brick too. But she ate them damn words for sure.
Like in that aspect, if a man would have intervened, she would have. That could have changed her perspective,
or would have, or not,
or it could have. I know I was embarrassed, before I knew it wasn't a foundation of Black American, and before I knew that the guys, around her weren't foundation of Black Americans. I was embarrassed. I was truly embarrassed that this is going on the internet, and this is what people think that Black people do. I actually was embarrassed. Of course, other races are probably going to think like it's one of us anyway. But I'm not as embarrassed anymore. But at first, I was. I'm like, I've been in situations, and I've heard of situations of my man intervening, and I just couldn't think of like that ever happening in a situation where my man or any of his Dominican family or cohorts will allow shit like that to happen. It probably they probably would not get to that point. They wouldn't even allow that man to get to that point. They have belligerent drunk men around all the time. They love to drink, and it just would never get to that point. I just felt embarrassed because it's like I'm always, you're always trying to, be an advocate for your people, and you're telling people, because you always got to prove yourself as an African American everywhere you go that you're not ghetto, you're not this, and you're not that, and then you get this videos going around, and he like, you see that? I didn't know how to stop crying because I'm like, bro, like, how are we raising our sons? Literally, how? And you got these people. How
are we raising our sons? No, that's a fact. How?
Then women are up there saying, I wouldn't tell my son to jump. I want to see my son live. He wouldn't have involved himself anyway. And you see how your mind thinks? All your mind thinks about is violence. In that same situation, instead of him being able to verbally, have a conversation with her or have some dialect with her, he goes straight to violence. Everything is about violence.
And I said that while you was on your little break, that I think that's where the misconception is for a lot of people. And I think that's a miscommunication that's happening. I think a lot of the brothers that are saying they wouldn't have done anything or like, I'm not jumping in that, a lot of their minds are going straight to, well, I would have had to jump on him. I would have had to fight him. I would have had to, hit him or something like that, instead of it going to, I could have de-escalated the situation. I could have, because when the men see that, you have some form of protection from other men, they're much less likely to try to attack you. Point blank, period. Because they know the man is going to be harder to attack. The man might come back. He might have a gun. He might have a knife. He might fuck around getting a brick quicker than you. You know what I'm saying? So they already see it as a challenge.
She would have. I mean, if a man was out there, he could have shut her up. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean.
But again, I don't know if that would have changed her mind. Even if a man would have, she still might be walking around, because women will take that as a, well, you lucky. you lucky this man jumped in, or I bet you he won't. You know, so like there's an arrogance that come with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that would have necessarily resulted in her saying, well, yeah, black men actually are the protectors, and, you know, we're da-da-da-da. You know, I don't know if it would have snowballed into that. I can't give it that.
Yeah, of course I wouldn't have, because, you know, I understand. This is a fair narrative of what makes her money. However, that would have helped the backlash we getting from other races. You get what I'm saying? All on the internet talking junk, talking brick.
Yeah, less people would have said something. Yeah, would have said something to say.
Oh, wow, you guys actually do protect each other. I didn't know that. Wow, you guys actually, and it probably, who knows if it would have been internet or not. But if it did that aspect, people would be shocked. Like, oh my goodness, they're not killing each other? Oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't know they loved their black women like they did. I didn't know that. Yeah,
you know, but it's, again, that's what I'm saying, but there has to be standards, because I'm not in agreement with black women doing whatever the fuck they want, or women in general, but, you know, black women.
No, women need to be held accountable.
Women got to be held accountable. I'm not with that. I'm not with the saying, man, you got to do your job and you're a man. This is your job. And then turn around and say, well, what the hell is the position of a woman? What's your job? Because it's your job to stay feminine. It's your job to know your position and know that you cannot challenge a man. It's your job to listen to men. It's your job to shut the fuck up when you know it's time to. You know, so you don't get hit.
You also have to create those spaces. You have to create spaces that allow femininity to flourish. Okay? You can't always on an emotional edge. Every time a woman says something to you, you want to, you know, jump back at her like you her sister or her, you know what I'm saying, her girlfriend.
No, that's not okay. That's not okay.
Like, you know, so in women, I've seen plenty of times where women got embarrassed by men. Men comfortable in their masculinity and made a woman who was aggressive make her feel stupid. I've seen it plenty of times.
I think those sort of women get let me say, I don't want to say, some of them do get tricked, but some of them are not what's the word I'm looking for? Aren't doing the proper vetting, you know, of these men. A lot of times women get in a relationship with those type of men and they on some bullshit or something like that, and they thought they are feminine women, and then they get in these relationships with these what they think is masculine men. They don't have them checked. What you would call G-checked, or being checked by a man, be actually vetted. Really, you need a man to make sure that another man is correct. It's actually thorough, to be honest. A lot of these women would say, oh, he's a masculine man, he does this, he provides for me, he does this, he knows how to fight, he's courageous, and he's not a coward, and just think that those, you know, those basics, those fundamentals of masculinity that he might have is enough for her to run with. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these women don't really have other real masculine men to vet these men for them, to make sure that they, because 9 times out of 10, if you were to do that, most of the time, in today's culture, women date. We don't like introducing our men to our family until we already in love with it. Until it's already like, you know, I don't give a damn what they think. I'm gonna be with this nigga regardless. You know what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, by the time you get to the man, you already too far in deep.
No, and because I feel like in a lot of cases, we aren't looking for men that are similar to those men around us. I think in a lot of cases, women are looking for men opposite of what the men that we got around us. It's like,
that's true.
Trust in the opinions of our fathers and brothers, whoever's around us. So we're like, you know what? I got the best opinion. I didn't got the farthest in this family, you know. So I'm gonna just trust my own, you know what I'm saying, opinion. A lot of times that does, you know, hurt us. But then a lot of times it doesn't. I mean, who knows? Because, you know, I don't know what the divorce rate is like over there. I'm sure it has grown. So I can't speak on that. But, you know, I do feel like, you know, and as far as my man, I know I didn't have another man vet my man at all. But I already knew what qualities, you know, through experience, what qualities I knew that I wanted in a man from the qualities of the men that I had around me, that I enjoyed, and I felt protected and safe. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like if you can be feminine with a man, and you can be, you know, if a man makes me feel feminine, allows me to be a woman, then yes. But what I don't like is these same men, let's just pray. This is why they okay with going 50-50 and all that over there. You know what I'm saying? This is why. These that's a whole nother subject, because that is popping up all I can hear thinking of is 50-50. Well, she gonna what? You ain't paying 50, then, bruh. Then want a girl to go 50-50, but want a girl that's feminine, want a girl that is that knows how to cook, that cooks for you, that cleans for you, that caters to you, but you want to go 50-50. You want to be tired, come home from work. I'm confused.
Well, just because you go 50-50 don't mean you can't be feminine.
I'm sorry. You could be feminine, but to be honest, in order for a woman to be in her utmost, I feel my most feminine and my most catering when I have enough energy. When all my energy is being put forth towards working or providing, then that energy cannot be put. I don't have the patience that I want to have. You know what I'm saying? I'm stressed. I didn't work 8 hours. They want me to take the 8 hours, go cook and go do this. I'm sorry.
You know.
So those men up there, they paying half the rent. You know what I'm saying? All the cars in the wife's name. The girl, not even the wife, because they didn't get married. His girlfriend after 15 years is his wife. So in the girlfriend name, and then you want somebody to be feminine. Oh, y'all women don't dare be sexy. Y'all ain't feminine enough for me.
You still.
Hey.
We detoured, but we still.
I'm sorry.
We still have to promote femininity within women. You know, there still has to be that aspect, and just being real. You know, especially over here in America, shit is expensive. Okay, having two incomes is better than one. Just generally speaking, just being honest. 2 incomes is better than one in one household. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these other cultures will stay in their households with each other. You have grandparents, married couples, younger siblings, children, grandchildren. You got all these different people in one household because that's just the most efficient way cost-efficient way to live is to with each other and go in on shit.
That sounds great. So then you need to cook and you do half of the cooking.
No. Because they still gotta do 100% of their protection. We still expect them to do 100% of their stay with 100% within their masculine frame and also go 50-50. But you don't want we can't stay 100% in our feminine frame and also go 50-50.
Over there are not y'all talk about other races and stuff, but these women are feminine. These women are always feminine. They are comfortable in their femininity. You know why they're not paying that one bill. And if they are paying one bill, it's because they want to. These Muslim women don't have to work. They taking care of the children. They putting all their energy towards taking care of the children.
Over here in America?
Well, no, the foreigners that live in America, yes. The foreigners that live in America, they take from till the child is 5 years old, they take that time off to take care of their kids.
I'm sure. I'm not. I'm just talking about the people that's raised FBAs. Most of the time, we got to work. We need both our grandmothers, our mothers. Our grandmothers, aunties, great-grandmothers, they all had to work and was way more feminine than us. They still had to work. Just like they was on the field picking cotton, we had to be on the field picking cotton too. Even if we was in the house Negroes, they was still in the house cleaning them up out. They still had to work. We all had to work, and we still found a way to come together and be more feminine than the average woman today. Yeah,
but back then you had help from your grandmother, you had help from your auntie, you had help. So you could drop the kids off. Now, grandmas don't even want to take care of kids. This generation, these grandmas not even.
Yeah, because there's no men in the house, and it's too much pressure on the grandmas. Now it's not just that we got help. Before we had help from not only grandma, auntie, and sisters, we had help from uncles, brothers, and grandpas. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just big mama house. It wasn't just like our grandma. We just had grandma house. It wasn't just that. Mm-hmm. Now the problem is that since the men have been removed, not only from, of course, systematically through white supremacy and things of that nature, mass incarceration, all et cetera, but also now with these new generations, my generation and the new ones coming up, now there's been an active removal by choice from us. So now, since we're not with our baby fathers, we having all these children out of wedlock. We haven't, we're trying to work in our careers and be entrepreneurs at the same time. Now, why we trying to put all this energy into working for our family provided because our man is either going 50-50 with us, or they not in the home, or if they got other kids, they can't put 100% into this one family. Now you got to relinquish all of that responsibility on some grandma. You got to put more on sister. You got to put more on big sister. You got to put more on great auntie. Now the responsibilities that should be withheld within the men within the family are being doubled down on the women, and that is by choice because these same grandmothers and aunties that will talk shit about this man or pat you on the back for being an entrepreneur and going to school will be the same ones that don't promote you to get back with your man or to find another man or to, you know what I'm saying, have a healthy example of a man within a household to help and to set precedent for the other boys in the family to want to do so as well when they get older. So now we're having that issue. It's not just we had help and now we don't got it. No, we still got help. Even though these grandmothers out here, they outside, they ain't trying to do their own, they still helping. It might just be more on a financial aspect. They sending money and they paying for stuff for the kids and stuff like that. It might not be as nurturing and loving as it was as grandmothers before, but they still feeling the pressure. And that is because so many of us are relinquishing that pressure off of our men, which we shouldn't be, and putting it on more women. But I digress because we gotta get to the next part of this, which goes, we are going off topic. That is not what we're getting to talk about. Back to the girl. Okay. Now, not only does she have this video of her talking about how she thinks men and women are women are the protectors and men aren't. Now we see that she has videos up here of her slapping people in the face. Now this is a skit from what I hear. This is a skit. But let's get into it. Let's see.
You ever fuck with Brianna ever again? You ever fuck with Brianna ever again?
So as you can see, now this is a skit again. That's what we think it is. It's a skit. But I don't think that should take away from the messaging behind the video. You slapping a grown-ass man in the street. I do content. I'm a content creator. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I would never take the opportunity. I wouldn't even do it in a skit. Unless it's a movie and it's literally a part of a script and I would have to do it for a movie. That's literally the only context I would do this in. Other than that, I'm not pulling out my phone, telling somebody to record it and say, hey, dude, let me just slap you for this video right quick. It'll be funny. Especially a crazy-ass white man. You tripping. I'm definitely not going to do that. That's just within my character, though, because I have a certain level of respect for men, and I'm just not about to slap no grown-ass man on camera. It's just not going to happen. I don't feel a need to do that. I'm not doing that, and a feminine woman wouldn't do it either. You're not going to see Betty Shabazz, Charles Ali. There's no videos of constantly out here slapping niggas in the face. It's not going to happen. You're not going to ever see that. Beyonce, shit, if you want to use somebody like an entertainer, you're never going to see that. That is not within their character. It's not within the realm of the divine feminine to be out here and ensuing violence on men because it's funny or because it's for a video, it's for clout. That's not something within a woman who is in a position to be protected would do. It's just not what she would do. Not only does she have this video, hold up, and mind you, I think she's doing this for what she said was reparations, if I'm not mistaken. One of these videos, hold up.
We are the innate protectors and the providers.
One of these videos is for, give me 2 seconds. She says it's for reparations. Wait a minute.
This is for the fact that you're a white man and I'm a black woman. I have less privilege than you. Thank you.
Oh, I feel bad.
Now, I don't know about y'all. It's kind of giving me a little bit of bad wintry vibes. I'm not going to hold you. People, I've said it before. People that go too hard, or just not even go too hard, they are fake radical, are fake, they kind of try to find jokes within white supremacy, like slapping a white man and calling that reparations. And, people that do stuff like that. Just a matter of fact, I talked about this on my video. If y'all haven't seen it, it's called The Problem with Pro-Black Fill in the Blanks. And it's a girl up there, and she's calling white people all types of devils and white roaches and all types of weird ass names for white people, disrespectful, insulting names for white people. And it's on one hand, it's funny, okay, whatever, what about white people do? But on the other hand, it's it gives try hard. And when you give try hard, it's you don't have to try hard to show that you have a disliking, even if it's not for white people, but for the behaviors of white people. If you have a hatred, it's not hard. In the great words of Betty Shabazz, that's what I did a video recording behind her as well. But she said it perfectly. Hatred is a necessity. You need to hate the destructiveness, not necessarily of the people, but the destructiveness that happens from that people. That's what you hate. You hate the destruction. Even if you don't want to hate somebody, you hate the outcomes that come from that person. So if you feel that, if you truly understand white supremacy, you truly understand what they have done to our ancestors and what they're doing to us now, there's no need for you to get up here and do some borderline, I don't know, like tap dancing. It gives me tap dancing a little bit for you to get up here. Did you see the video I just showed?
Yeah, I seen it when she's going around slapping people. It's like
slapping people, and the one woman said it's for reparations. She said this is for me, you being a white man and me being a black woman and you having more privilege than me, and then she slaps him. What I'm saying is that sort of behavior gives me like try-hardest, it gives me fake woke, it gives me fake pro-black, like you're really not, you know what I'm saying? And then the fact that you're saying for reparations, you call yourself a black woman, well, she still is a black woman, but she never wants to point to the fact that she's actually Somali. So
right.
now you kind of cosplaying as a black American and you talking about reparations. It's like, girl, like this should give a little shady. It's giving a little,
right.
You know?
I get that.
It's giving a little, like you might have some anti-black American vitriol. You trying to get off and trying to put it off in a funny way, because I seen this picture of her too. And she's over here eating watermelons. And mind you, that's a black American trope, okay? That is a black American trope that has been around for years now, okay? Stereotype that black people love watermelon, but lazy and da-da-da-da, sugar the jive, etc., etc. But she gets up here and says, while some of y'all tap dance on watermelon, I enjoyed them unapologetically. I'm reclaiming the watermelon. Who you reclaim the watermelon for? Somalians ain't got no goddamn stereotypes of watermelons. You reclaim watermelon for us? For black Americans?
Yeah.
And baby, we ain't never gave up the watermelon. Niggas still love watermelon. They don't give a damn about it. Niggas eat watermelon every cookout. What are we talking about? Niggas still love watermelon. What are we? So who are you? Why are you cosplaying like you a tether is what you giving? You know, and you talk about reparations, you're going around slapping white people like that's doing something for our group. We don't need that symbolic nonsense. That's not what people that are actually pro-black do. They're not going around just slapping white people and expecting that's going to change. Like, maybe that's literally means nothing. It means nothing. You did nothing to defeat to dismantle the system of white supremacy doing that. Literally zero. Zilch, nada. Matter of fact, you might have added to it because the white man might have fucked around and been turned on by that. You know that people got kinks for that type of shit.
Yeah.
White boys get dominated every day by black women. They like that type of shit. It's weird. It's goofy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So and a part of that, I had to bring that up because a part of that gives me that she has a really not only anti-black American vitriol or like vibes, but she has an anti-black American male vitriol that she's really trying to get on. Because in all of these videos, when she's talking about black men is we to protect us and black women, you're not talking about Somali men. You didn't say Somali men ain't to protect us. You didn't say that. You said black men, and we talking about black men. You know that you talking about black. You thinking everybody's going to think, even if that's not what you mean, everybody's going to think you're talking about black Americans.
But you know we're in like a little I mean, I understand, but we're in. You know, it's like a bubble. You know, it's like black people are kind of put in a bubble in the United States. You know, no matter what, you know, no matter what culture you come from or what nationality you are, you know, or ethnicity you are, should I say. You put in a bubble. It's like black is black. You get what I'm saying? So I think like that's kind of where she gets that from. A lot of people do that. Dominican black people, Haitian black people, all those black people. I mean, they have their own culture in their house or whatever. What their experiences every day, like a real black person, basically. That's how they feel. Like, hey, I'm discriminated against because of my skin color. You're discriminated against because your skin color. In this country, we all black. In my country, I'm Haitian. Outside of this country, I'm Haitian. But in this country, I'm black. A lot of people feel that way.
But with watermelon, no.
Yeah, I think, you know, because I can understand why she's kind of stuck in that, you know, why she's kind of stuck in there, because she, like she was saying, she gets a lot of, like, you know, hate and a lot of, like, backlash from people because she's so dark-skinned. And people ask her, like, you know, like, what are you? You know, are you like, you know, where are you from? You know, or you can't be like, you have white parents or whatever. And she like continuously explains, like, I'm not white. I am African. You know, I have the Eve gene. We can have any color. We can have any color, any hair texture from 1A to 4C. So she's like, you know, you can't say that I'm not black because blackness is like every shade. It's all shades. So, you know, I think that she's trying to like, she kind of like, you know, identifies as black as like, you know, people who are Pan-Africanists.
Pan-Africanists.
Exactly.
Yeah, she could be. But I do think it's I can't put it past her that she's doing that on purpose. So she's cosplaying because she's the watermelon thing. I'm just not feeling that. That was telling enough to me.
I'm offended. I'm offended.
Girl, you know what the hell you're doing. You know what you're doing.
I get it. I get the head inch of my head wraps, everything. I get what you mean. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, there's an underlying issue with Black American men specifically. You know what I'm saying? And that's why in that video when she says these Black men ain't doing nothing, instead of saying y'all are African, y'all supposed to be shit. She's Somalian. And y'all African. We all from straight out the motherland. Y'all ain't gonna protect me. She didn't even go that route. She just went straight to Black men, and she's allowed it. She still hasn't came out as anything, but she's allowed it to snowball into this. Really, Black men protect Black women, but we know we're talking about Black American men.
Her GoFundMe, you said, is already at 20-something thousand. Wow, I wouldn't say anything either. I got 50 GoFundMe is going up. I'm gonna shut up until and when it slows down a little bit, I'll make a statement. I'm not gonna make a statement so they stop donating. I mean, hey, girl, let us talk about it. I mean, I understand. I will let y'all talk about it too. Talk about it. Make it be money. You know what I mean? So I agree. And then them hospital bills are not cheap. That shit, whatever they pay for at the emergency room, I know they charge like $100,000 for shit. An emergency room expensive. But yeah, so I don't feel like her not responding is like her because she wants to justify, what she did or whatever. I think it's just that she's not ready to say anything about it because she's getting too much noise on it. But me, I think I like the conversations that we're having. I love hearing Black men's opinions, and it does make me feel good to hear some Black men who would have stepped in, who say, listen, that wouldn't happen around me. I love to hear that. I hate to hear the other ones, but I love to hear the ones. I have heard, and I need you to send me some recommendations so I can hear that on my timeline. Because all day I've been getting pissed off. Okay?
Yeah, I can definitely send you a couple that I've seen directly on my Instagram, but yeah, I don't think again overall I think that the general consensus for men was that they would had they been there probably would have been different. But again, I'm not, and you know what? I think this really is just an extreme situation for women to understand the dangers you put yourself in when you're not in alignment with the order, with the natural order of things. And so although I'm not in agreement with the Black men who say that they would have done anything, regardless of the context, remember we finding all this out and her being, having anti-Black American vitriol and, what I'm saying, having kind of bed witchy vibes and, also we found all this extra afterwards. Just being in that moment, of course I'm not in agreement with men who say that that would have went exactly how it still went. You would have just stood there and did nothing. I'm not in agreement with that. But it does show what the consequences is when we're trying to fight the natural order of things, when we're trying to go against men being the natural leaders and protectors and providers, etc., and being the heads of the families. You know what I'm saying? We cannot pick and choose when we want them to be at the top. We can't pick and choose when we want them to control the situation, because if we get these type of situations, then we get others where it's like, I want to be able to do what I want. There's this whole living in chaos and having no order and having no discipline and having no couth, to really understand your position as a woman. You should be able to do what you want, and Black men just got to deal with it and then still protect you and still provide and still. That's the propaganda that is being pushed. That so many women it's falling for is that you don't need the order, you don't need the divine masculine, you don't need the balance to your femininity. You should reign when you want to and men when you want them to.
I agree. I agree with that. At the end of the day, I do agree that, women don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to be held accountable. And when as soon as a woman is holding another woman accountable, she's got to pick Misha. Pick Misha. You're a pick me. It's so annoying. I've been blocked a lot of lives, been called pick Mishas too many times. Okay, but just like this situation, it was just like the situation with Suki Hana and that guy like kissing her or whatever. The same like yeah, and that guy kissing her. Yeah, I've been called to pick Misha. You know what I mean, or whatever. So,
Suki with the koi coochie.
huh?
Said Suki with the koi coochie, huh?
Yeah, Suki. Yeah, I know. I don't. But I like you know they are like they want to run rampant. They want to be aggressive. They want to do, especially black women. They want to do whatever they want. And at the same time, they want to be protected. No, it doesn't work like that. We
Yeah.
other women accountable, but men need to hold other men accountable as well.
They do.
Call yourself an alpha male, and you cannot. Oh yeah, I'm a high value man, and I'm this and I'm that. And you get in situations like this, you do nothing. You're not. You forget about it. Don't even. You're not. You don't even fall in that category. Don't think you could say that and then say at the same time, well, I'm a high value this and alpha that. No, you're not. Sorry. Because you would have been able to dominate that situation, control it, or de-escalate or whatever. So, I do feel like, we need to hold us women accountable and we need to hold them accountable. We got to hold them accountable as well. But this situation, we have to sit together and they need to sit together. They need to hold them accountable.
Absolutely. That's why I focused. My focus on this live was more so on the wood, because that's brothers is going to check. Brothers been checking. Like I said, I didn't see it. Especially even if you just look at the post on Shade Room, it's 100,000 comments. Most of the comments by black men is defending the woman. It's saying, man, them niggas ain't shit, man. Them niggas should have did something. Most of them, you just scroll through, even the top ones, most of them is going to be in agreement with the men that was there should have done something. Something should have been prevented to help the situation. Like, seriously. Most men, and I think is in agreement with that. You know what I'm saying? But as women, we do have to hold each other accountable because our actions matter. Our decisions and our mentalities, the way we handle these situations and get involved in these situations, especially with some of these emotional Negroes out here, emotional men out here, we have to be even more careful with our words, with our behaviors, with our aggressiveness, with et cetera, et cetera. We have to be, that should motivate us more. If women see this and say, oh no, I'm about to get in the gym, and don't nigga about to hit me with a brick, that's not the right. That's not the right.
With a brick?
No. Nigga, your thing is you need to get a man. You need to reside further into your feminine so you can attract the protection that you need.
Exactly.
Point blank, period.
Exactly. No, I agree. I agree with that. I agree. But then men should, in that situation, instead of men saying there's men saying that they would have been fearful to intervene. If men held other men accountable, he would have been fearful to throw that brick.
In that situation, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Instead, y'all are fearful to intervene with some brick. No, he should have been fearful, let me not pick up this brick because these men might protect this woman. You get what I'm saying? So, I feel like, that accountability goes within, their gender. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And us as women, if I would have seen my friends getting belligerent, if I see her getting belligerent and crazy, I'm going to be like, girl, calm down.
Calm down, right. And the women standing by should have said something to her about that too.
You get what I'm saying? I would have intervened. I would have said, I'm sorry, sir. It's not a big deal. You have a good night, sweetheart. Let's go. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But just like they should have intervened on that end. It's both parties. And the brick was just that was out.
The brick is crazy. I'm not.
The brick. I just can't believe we got to a brick, nigga.
I ain't never heard of somebody getting slapped in the face with a brick.
Exactly.
That was egregious. I'm not gonna. Even if he would have open hand slapped her, it would have been, egregious. But damn, a brick.
What? Because I had a friend who used to be like that. I had a friend who used to be so belligerent. We would go to guys' houses or go to you know how they have back in the day when in college you have the house. You go to a guy's house, always 20 guys over his house. You know what I'm saying? You go see a guy, it's always a whole bunch of guys over there where they do smoking or whatever, playing pool, whatever. We used to go over there and we used to literally get kicked out because of her mouth.
Oh God.
Because her mouth. Because she was mad aggressive. She wasn't really she from up north, mad aggressive. Probably wasn't that comfortable with herself or whatever. And be like, hey, yo, who are you talking about? Laughing and making jokes about dudes. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you belittling them, in a situation where they probably think your friend is cute and they trying to, be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get literally kicked out. Sometimes he might, if he slapped you. Because it be, and then you make some short guy, a short guy be ready to slap you. So about his height, he gonna, want to knock you down his size. You know what I'm saying? In situations like that. But I seen that the guys be like, yo, chill, y'all just gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no brick involved.
Yeah, but see, that's more of the masculine, thing to do will be just to remove remove themselves from the chaos or remove the chaos from around them. That's more so the first thing, rather than, hit somebody to shut them up. They get the hell out. It's just that simple.
You shouldn't be that threatened. You shouldn't. And like I said, I know they try to say I heard earlier ask a question in another live, and you want your son to do that, this, and yes, I would. And what if your son, and what if he went to the hospital? I would go up to the hospital and I will give him his flower, bring him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? And I would say, you want to know what? At least you try to intervene. I'm sorry this happened. At least try to intervene. You get what I'm saying? And I would teach him how he can intervene the next time without getting, hit by a brick too, or without, you know what I mean? How to de-escalate the situation. But at least he tried. But and no coward.
Yeah, but I'm on the fence though, because a belligerent woman like that, man, I just I do think, of course, I'm with that. But if it was my son or something, and he got stabbed or something because this woman won't shut the hell up, or she, I don't know if I'm gonna feel so. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be kind of upset. He might have to pick and choose a little better, because that's like I said, I don't, in my personal belief, I'm just not with every woman deserving in today's age. Mm-hmm. Before, a little bit, maybe like 10, 20, 30 years ago, last generation, I think that was the more the general consensus, that every woman does deserve protection, because men are the natural protectors. But also, now that we have gotten to this point where we have feminine Negroes, we have these masculine women, we have these situations like this are inevitable to happen. You know what I'm saying? To show that there is a problem, there's a clear problem societally amongst, honestly, everybody, not even just black people, white supremacy, honestly, every other group, to be honest, that there's a lacking of respect for men. You know what I'm saying? Men have been drawn down to honestly just being the providers and protectors. If you're not that, then you're not a man to a lot of women. That is the general, because that's just it. And you got to do it in the way that they want. And if they don't, then they feel that they can act however they want to and do whatever they want to, and you shouldn't be able to tell them nothing because you're not fitting the criteria of them as a man. So when of course you have fragile egos out here with men, you know what I'm saying? Just like you said, the short niggas with the talking about a man's shortness, and he around the girl trying to smack. Of course you're going to get those sorts of results because men have been devalued to just this. And it's like they provide and protect. They do much more. Their value includes much more than just those two basics and fundamentals. They come with being a man.
I don't see men who are providers, who are protectors, not being respected by the women around them. I see men who are providers, who are real protectors, real providers. They being respected by the women around them. They are. They don't even have many encounters with women who don't respect them, and the women who have that type of mentality will be embarrassed. Okay, they will be embarrassed. Mm-hmm. Like Farrakhan said, if you can't control her, you can't protect her. But
that's real. That's real.
Is he talking about women? He's talking about his wife. Who he's talking about?
He's talking about women in general. I think he's talking about women in general. It probably wasn't in the context of him talking about relationships, but in general, though, if you can't relinquish control to a man, then maybe you're not going to be protected, even if you're not with a man. Even as a single woman, she wasn't out there with no man, but she danced on relinquish no control to the men that were standing right beside her. That's the show.
Some of these men are not leaders. Some of these men will lead you to hell. Okay.
I mean, some of them are.
I'm confused.
Some of them are.
Not to the 10. They wasn't out there, probably, and they not going on the internet and talking about how she should have got hit with a brick in the first place.
But see, more than likely, the protective men or the masculine men that was around there probably removed themselves from her presence because they peeped that she was a threat to their own peace. Why would I put myself in a position to be around a woman or even want to even have to protect a woman? They might have, the masculine man might have peeped like, yo, this nigga disrespectful. She wild as shit. Let me go ahead and get a body for this shit go left.
Yeah, that makes
sense. He might have removed himself way before he could have peeped her in the club. She wild as shit. You know what I'm saying? She slapping niggas and twerking in the street. Imagine what she doing in the club with her friends. You know what I'm saying? So he might have, let me go ahead and go in the opposite direction of her because she's clearly about to get into some bullshit. she's belligerent, she's drunk, she's disrespectful, she ain't got no damn cut cards. She probably gonna run into one of these niggas that's going, I ain't even about to, you know what I'm saying? So even the women that do put themselves in the predicament, you're not even attracting the type of men. This is the men that you attract, the men that's gonna stand there and look. Because you put out there that you're this bold and you're this strong and you're this woman that can challenge whoever she wants. The brothers that's with that, they not even around you. They fall over there with the women that's quiet and then left the club, that's walking out in their heels, nice and pretty, and trying to get home. They following them, trying to make sure they get to their goddamn Uber safe. They not worried about the woman who was inside belligerent as hell, drunk, probably talking to niggas disrespectful all night. Might have disrespected their homeboy and he had walked away like that was driven. They're not going to be anywhere to be found, you know. So you can't. You're not going to find these. It's very rare when you see a feminine woman in a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? Who's up on the internet talking about, oh my gosh, I was just sitting there in my car and he just like the black woman who was sitting in her car and a white man. I just seen it. He pulled her out, literally pulled her ass out of the car because she was sitting on the side of the road. 9 minutes. He pulls up behind her. Let me see your ID, sir. What you need my ID for? No, let me see. It just like escalates the situation very quickly. You know, pulls out the car, punches her in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, and of course that's a white supremacist. Of course, you know there was some anti-black racist shit as well. But you're not going to see that happen in general with the softer woman because they're going to concede. Oh, okay. I mean that was aggressive, but you know I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go about my business. You know that was rude, but I'm going to. You know I'm not going to. The feminine woman is not going to challenge a man. And they're not going to stand there and their ego isn't going to be hurt if a man, an emotional man, because men don't challenge women, but an emotional Negro who's not in his masculine, they're not going to sit there and entertain that. They're going to be like, yes, sir, you got it. All right. They're going to feed it to his ego as much as you need. All right, sir, so I can get out of this situation safely. So those type of women, you're not going to see that happen to them. You don't see that happen often, you know?
I mean, I agree, but then there are situations like the one in New York with somebody, he punched her in the face or something because she didn't want to get her, he want to give him, you know, her number. There's situations like that where they've been escalated, you know, when men egos get hurt or whatever and they can't handle the rejection. However, you know, I have been in situations. I've avoided a lot of those situations because of what you said. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, it's not even that serious. Like, you know, I just, you know, by being able to be feminine and walking away, I have been able to avoid situations like that. But I forgot what's her name. Is her name Carly? I've heard some situation with this girl named
Carly Russell?
Yeah, Carly Russell.
Okay.
And what happened yesterday? She got slapped or something like that?
Carly Russell? That's the girl that went missing. Or fake went missing.
Carly Russell?
No, that's not Carly. Who got slapped? Who names him? Oh.
I don't know what the girl
you talking about.
Hey, they can't say she got slapped. I hear somebody talking about that, and then they bring up like this girl who got slapped. I'm like, I don't know. I've been trying to look at it, but I couldn't figure out the name. Do y'all know in the comments who I'm talking about?
A girl that got slapped. She got slapped. Was it a situation like this? Like it was somebody trying to get her number or something?
Like this. It was a situation like this. Shorty current events. Please. Okay, no, they're not. Okay, so this early. I just don't know the name. My girl who got slapped. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was something like that. Basically, like you know, someone trying to holler at her, and the dude was upset, and she got slapped about it. I mean, I've heard that situation a lot of times. I've seen that in the news plenty of times, especially in New York, on the train station, like going into the train station. Just like that happen all the time in New York. So I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, you know.
It is egregious, but I don't feel like there's a conversation about the brick being thrown. I don't think that daddy should even be a part of the conversation. Like I don't think it's only black people up here talking about whether or not she deserved the brick or not. Like it's every other race is like, nah, bro. She got a hit with the brick. No, it's like I heard it every other actor was saying. Nah, she should. Only black people up here really conversing about whether the brick was justifiable or not. Why would you ever think a brick is justifiable?
No, I definitely seen somebody saying it. What you call it on TikTok and saying "Brick Lives Matter." I seen what you was talking about. I went and looked. Damn, nigga, Brick Lives Matter. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much now. Stop. Not Brick Lives Matter.
But it's a. Do you know that they could have killed her?
Yeah, for real. They could have. Yeah.
Hurts right now. You know,
could have damaged her brain. You know, something.
That hit in the head. If he would have threw her hard enough, that could have killed her.
Yeah, but yeah, what you call said no FBAs said it. General, like I said, from what I've seen, I ain't seen a lot of FBAs saying that she deserved it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
that. Ain't been a debate. Most of the people I've seen, most of the Black Americans I've seen debating it, it was really just the context. You know what I'm saying? Surrounded, like we've been talking about, but. Most of them say that she still didn't deserve that brick to the face.
The argument was if she deserved it or not, and if a man, you know, if it's a man's job to protect another woman, you know, the women they don't know. That's the argument it's been about. The argument has been if she deserves it, and if she didn't deserve it, it's still not my job to protect a woman that's not mine. That's not my, you know, my wife or whatever. So, you know, and both of those I disagree with. Both of those I don't feel like it should be argued.
Yeah, to a degree. I don't know, men protecting all women. Like I said, I'm kind of some of these women just I don't know about that. They need to learn a damn lesson. Maybe you need to go without some protection for a little bit so your ass can see what's out there. Get hit with a couple bricks, then your ass come crying back in your feminine. You might learn a lesson.
No. A man is a man regardless. You gotta do that. Never have to go out. Like, I feel like a man should have to be a man. I'm gonna let her get hit with that brick to learn. Nigga, what? Come on now. I'm sorry. I just would like, if a man said this to me, I'd be like, who are you? Do you hate women? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You don't know if that was somebody, that could have been, what if she has children? Her children never going to see their mother again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like in that situation, you know, a man should, how is it that men, so they go on here, they go on these podcasts, they go on these panels, and they want to be respected, they want to be considered alpha men, and they want to be considered providers and this and that, and then they can sit here and really have conversations like this, really have a debate about this. How is this a debate? If this is exactly what you want to be, you want to be alpha male, you want to be seen as a high value man, but then you can have conversations about whether or not you're supposed to protect the next woman. They don't go hand in hand. You can teach, you can lead. That's how a woman is going to learn from you. That's how you can teach her to be in her feminine, by leading by example.
Yeah, and that is in the position of the masculine to lead by example for sure.
You're not
and be accountable.
Nah. Everybody, you throw a brick too. Maybe she'll learn with two of them. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, you're supposed to be like, sir, no. You know what I'm saying? We do this, de-escalating. This ain't going to happen around me. You feel me? That I would have respected that. I would have respected somebody saying that way more. Even if she still would have got hit with a brick, it's still, somebody at least said something. You know what I'm saying? This made me feel like, you know, those men in the background and all the men who agree with him, and then the guy who gets on the internet and say, I would have did the same thing over and over again. Like, you know, not saying that I wouldn't expect that for somebody with a big ass black, but still.
All I'm saying is, but we got to keep it equal. We got to keep it balanced, not equal. We got to keep it balanced on both sides. If we're going to say men need to be men and women, you got to be women. And if you out here like a man, then you got to expect the results that men get.
Correct her. Why didn't nobody correct her?
Well, you can't correct the woman that don't want to be corrected.
So what? She don't want to be corrected. So what? She don't want to be corrected.
So were they supposed to force her to shut down up? Then now they getting charges because they trying to force her to shut down?
No.
What they supposed to do?
Well, listen, man. Nobody want to hear nothing. You got to listen. All that rah-rah, you got to take that somewhere else. That's what you could have said. Listen, you can take that somewhere else. We're gonna reconstruct and rebuild from the situation. Brick by brick. This is what I'm talking about. This
Nah, you trying to. That's why.
This is what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
No, I don't want to.
But you can't
hit by a brick. Like, yeah, we got another one, you guys. We got another one. She's gonna learn too. No.
But I say, but I do understand what you're saying. I just don't think you cannot. You can't force correction on you can't make a hit. I mean, you can't treat your old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? And it's even harder for a man to correct a woman who doesn't see anything wrong with her behavior. You know what I'm saying? So I can't put that on men to say he should have corrected. Well, get nobody be corrected. If she's not going to allow it to happen, she's going to see it as abuse, as controlling, as trauma projecting, as insulting. Like she's going to take offense to that rather than see the the wisdom in it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than see the help that's within him trying to correct you. Women don't want to be corrected. And so when you get these women that don't want to be corrected, don't want to be led, but expect men to be men, but you ain't being a woman, this is what you get. Now you get a bunch of Negroes that you thought was men behaving how you really think men behave anyways. That's your own projection. You really think men behave like that anyway. They're not projectors anyway, so you already think like that. Now you get this, now you get it, and you're surprised. Now you're expecting them to do better. It's like, no, real men attract real women. Real women attract real men. Divine feminine attracts the divine masculine. If you're operating in a masculine behavior or a lower vibrational behavior, a lower feminine behavior, what do you expect to attract?
I agree. She said corrected grown ass women like she will. I would listen. I'm sorry.
I would listen too. You wouldn't have to tell me. Nigga, I see a brick, I'm out.
Like in most cases when a leader is speaking, anybody would listen.
In a lot of cases. But nowadays, these women will not be listening. They will listen to respond. These women will not be listening to comprehend. They will listen to respond. A lot of them.
Okay, please. Okay. I'm reading these comments. I'm sorry.
Oh. Wait. Oh, man. If you act like a ninja, I'm going to treat you like
Yes, I would have minded my business too. She won't be running off the mouth no more. Brick Misha. You see, Brickisha. You see what I'm saying? These men are zesty. Real zesty. Okay? Real zesty out here. Brickisha. I didn't know that you could have came up with that. Sorry. The young kid, first of all, she needs to speak with humility regarding men and what men are supposed to do with an out of order woman. She's got a lot to learn. Where men are supposed to do it with an out of order woman. Okay, so let's just get a letter. So what do you suggest? Let her get hit with the brick? I'm confused. So I be really confused. Y'all solution is always the most extreme. Okay, the chat will trigger you. It is. I'm really getting triggered. Okay, I can't. It's just the fact that we were really. We have to understand I know there's outliers to everything, right? Mm-hmm. There has to be some moral compass to gear these conversations, right? Mm-hmm. It can't be so far gone that we really considering the brick is okay. Like it should never be considered as okay. Like there should never be comments of Brickisha and Brick Lives Matter and this. That should not even be part of our conversation because first off, safety. First off, it's illegal. Second of all, it's illegal. You know. Third of all, she could have died. It's like, it has to be in like a limit. I understand that we're trying to reconstruct and we are trying to rebuild, but we cannot reconstruct and rebuild by killing each other off. We can't. Yeah, or allowing that to happen. That's true. We have to correct each other.
But it is quality over quantity, though, because we can't save everybody. Everybody can't be saved.
Yeah, but in this situation, we need it. Just a bit of correction. One little de-escalating that situation probably would have stayed in the mind. Could have stayed in the mind of 3 people out there. Could have changed lives or changed the mindsets of 3 men out there. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I like what he just did. Maybe he would have did it to next time. A dude was going too far with a female. He would protect. Yeah. The next female. That could, you know what I'm saying? There has to be like a compass. Okay? You got the brick, it's too far, right? Maybe you would have.
The brick is too far, for sure. The brick is too damn far.
A water bottle. Throw some water on it. Calm down. I probably wouldn't you know what? You deserve the water. You feel me? You need to calm down. You a little hot. You feel me? Brick. No. It's enough. Okay? I don't care what y'all trying to say or how aggressive y'all think it is. We gotta have somehow we have to stay within a moral compass. You guys, okay? So y'all gotta stop with the she deserves. No, yeah, she probably deserves some retaliation. She probably deserves all of a sit down.
Maybe be karmic.
Okay, she deserves some karma, probably. But I don't. That Dior doesn't deserve a break in the face. I don't think so. I just don't think that's plausible. I don't think that we got. Come on now, we gotta do better.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But it is definitely our job as women to do better, do as best as we can on our part. You know, the greatest.
Why he singing Gucci Man?
Brick squad.
All white bricks, light tan bricks.
Yeah, childish. He childish. They childish.
I can't.
Thank you for the super chat.
I cannot, bro. This is ridiculous.
I am weak.
Okay.
Nah, that's wild. Yeah, I don't know. This could be some sort of, I don't know. Who knows? People saying that she had a GoFundMe from like 2020 and now she got one that's now in 2023. Somebody said that in the comments. I don't know. Maybe this is something to offset again. Like what I started out with was we coming from this energy from Black August and the whole chair, you know, the sweet tea. What was we calling the sweet tea Boston party or the sweet tea Alabama Montgomery party or whatever it was they was trying to call it, but the Montgomery Ball, we coming out from that energy, you know. So maybe this was something just to off balance black men and black women get together, you know. For all we know, this could have been something because anything goes, a lot of things go viral. Just so happen for this to go viral like this, the way it has done. $100,000, 100,000 comments on one post. That's a lot of people, you know, commenting on one post. That's crazy.
We talking.
You know what I'm saying? So this could have just been thrown out there to kind of offset the feeling of unity we've been having. You know what I'm saying? And then they got black women, black men bickering back and forth against each other again now, which is why that's not the end result. You know what I'm saying? We don't need them type of problems. All right, yeah, we need to love up on each other. Okay,
yeah,
for real.
Yeah, we do. I love y'all regardless. You know what I'm saying? You know. I love y'all regardless. Even though I get secondhand embarrassment all the time on the internet, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I leave my little comments and I keep moving. I've been posting protect black women all day. That's all I've been doing.
Oh, I'm weak, Lord Jesus. We need to put not only hashtag protect black women, hashtag black women act like a woman.
Oh, here we protect black women. And you know what? Another thing is these women. This actually made them realize they need protecting. Because now y'all look at how y'all talk about men now. These women now y'all really talk about men now. Look how y'all was we don't need men and it's not there. Now they're on the internet they talking about men.
Yeah.
So we do need men.
You do.
You need a man.
Mm-hmm.
You do need it. So I'm glad we're talking about it at least. But
yeah.
Protect us. Because the same way we say we need you guys, the same way you say, well, I'm here. I'm right here. Not shit I got nothing to do with you.
We need men to protect us from other men. Those are the people that can do it.
Protect workers. So if she twerk, you ain't protecting her. Understood. I can't.
I am dead. I don't know. Maybe they should still be protected, but they at the bottom of the list. They come after the real women.
Black women because they are their own threat. Okay. Because the only thing that can protect you from a man is another man. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. Y'all are the epitome of who we protect. Thank you. It's not responsibility, but how can allowing a woman to get hit with a brick in front of you not weigh on your conscience? Exactly. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Glad you said that.
I'm trying to tell you, most of the brothers, and you'll probably see this, but they put a whole rack of comments. I ain't got to read everybody's comments, but although there was a couple that was like, to hell with her, she was called. I'm trying to tell you, most of the brothers is like that shit wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen like that. Like, cause men, it's just not in their nature to stand by and let some shit like that happen. That's how the men that was not residing in divine masculine. For him to get up on it, like, I'm glad the dude did come back on and tell us his side of the story. But brother, he was still getting clowned. Some of them brothers is like, nigga, you stood there and you would do it again. Let her get hit by a brick. You see that? You see her face? You would still let her get hit by a brick? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Yeah, girl, I'm saying that's why I messaged you immediately. Because I was so upset. Like, I was so upset because I cannot see a black woman crying where her face looked like that. I'm like, oh my God, this girl is so beautiful. I could not look at that without kind of way, regardless of what her ethnicity was. I just felt Like, wow, this could have been my cousin or whatever, whoever, you know, and that's, we didn't know all the, you know, all the stuff.
Yeah, you know, everything else. Yeah.
Just in that situation, I just thought, oh my God, we got to protect her. But, you know, seeing all the rest of the stuff, I can understand why this is like a conversation of, you know, she probably did antagonize him, but still.
Yeah,
and
you got to be careful.
Way more conscious than the stuff I've seen on TikTok. Because these guys are way more conscious. They probably, you know, because if your following is more conscious.
Well, you know, TikTok is first of all, it's a tether stomping ground. It's also a liberal and fake woke like incubator, to be honest. Like literally, it's like I get pissed off and shit on TikTok all the time. And half the shit I don't even react to because it's like I already know this is of course TikTok is going to let this shit go viral. Of course. Yeah. You know, that's what they do, especially when it comes to black people. They're gonna let anything that's degenerate, you know, circulate and keep circulating, you know, about black people. You know, so of course they're gonna, yeah, of course. I'm not surprised that's what you've seen. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen a lot, I'm not surprised. TikTok is like that. If you go to Twitter or something like that, it's a little Twitter's kind of like that too, but it's a little better. Instagram too, you know, and YouTube.
Yes, I mean, protect black men from instructive women. Oh God, I didn't know you need to protect them.
Black men do need protecting. We provide protection too. Yes, we provide protection too, just in a different form. We don't provide a physical form of protection. Okay, that is on them. But we do provide, even in a sense, we provide a different aspect of emotional protection. We provide protection from them having to ensue violence unnecessarily, like I said, with you being aggressive with men, the way you dress, the way you talk to men, simple things like that is all within the realm of protecting your man, because you're protecting him from having to unnecessarily protect you from an unnecessary threat. By you not attracting that, it's helping him make his job a little bit easier. But you out here twerking, dressing inappropriately, causing negative attention from men, and, you know, having negative interactions, that's going to innately, you know, that's going to inevitably cause him to have to do something that he might not have had to do. You know, so now he got a black eye, now he got a broken leg, now he's shot. You see what I'm saying? So that's the form of protection we provide for them by not being destructive. That's why they said protect black men from destructive black women, because we do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to do, at least. You know what I'm saying? It's to at least keep the peace and keep keep shit copacetic as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? As women, you're gonna have these emotional Negroes sometimes. You're gonna have some Negroes that just want to do what they do regardless of how you act. But what you can control is what you should focus on. You can control your behaviors. You can control what you tell your man. You can control you not picking up the phone and saying, hey, come get this nigga, he called me a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can control certain things that won't, you know what I'm saying, get your man hurt.
Men need to control their reactions. They need to control their emotions. Okay, they hold each other accountable. I mean,
and they do.
Honestly, I see a lot of women, like I was saying, I see a lot of women putting in the work. Okay, I see a lot of women putting in the work, trying to be more feminine, living in their soft life. You know, trying to be more of homemakers. I see a lot of women who are trying to do that. A lot of black women trying to do that.
I see it, but it's a lot of it's kind of fake, just for the aesthetics. I don't know.
The women I follow, I see, you know what I mean? They're putting in the work. They're at least making the effort to, you know, attract better men and have long lasting relationships. They last longer than our parents and longer than our, you know, cohorts. So I see the women that I know, the women that I see, the women that I follow. So, and I be feeling like, you know, and I don't know what he just said, like, what are y'all need to, we don't want to put up with unruly women or whatever. Your actions are your own responsibility. So how you react to something, you're responsible for it. So you can't sit here and react to a situation, you know, emotionally, irately, and then say it's the woman's fault. No.
Yeah, men are not men are reactive or naturally more reactive, but to react from a, you know, to be emotional, to let your emotions take over your logic is not, I understand,
well, men who think logically, they aren't that reactive. You know, it's going to take their lives to put their life and their family at risk. They're going to think about it first. So then to come here and say, you know, she provoked me or whatever, she did this, that, and third, you have always been unstable. You're unstable. Maybe you need to do some self-work first before you try to take the title of...
You need to pick up a brick. Yeah, that's great.
This and that. You know, you need to do some self-work too. She needs to do some self-work as well. We all need to do self-work. And we all need to hold each other accountable. The problem is the finger pointing. That's the problem.
No finger pointing at yourself. Finger pointing at everybody else.
Because I know there was a time where I could have been super aggressive, super, you know, hypersexual. I know there was a time that I was like that. It was a time where I needed to so I did a lot of self-correcting. I did a lot of self-correcting. We correct each other, you know. However, you go out into the world and people react to stuff, just like in this situation, and they want to point the finger. No, you shouldn't have did this. Nothing should ever render you to get out of your character. If I say that I'm a woman, I'm a feminine woman, and then you see me, a man, you know, gets upset, whatever interaction I have with a man, and I get aggressive, and I get this, you're no longer going to say, you're not a feminine woman. No, you're not. You have to say, oh, yeah, she's just a feminine woman who reacted. No, you're not a feminine. Because regardless of the situation, I'm going to react femininely.
Yeah, right. Femininely.
Femininely.
That's a word.
I'm going to react in my feminine.
Right, yes. I understand.
If you consider yourself a provider, an alpha male, or, you know, you consider yourself a upstanding man, you know, a good man is considered to be, then you're not going to say, oh, a woman came and she brought me on my character, so I slapped her. Or, you know what, you know, I felt threatened. No, because you can't, a woman's presence, her being her emotions is not going to make you feel threatened. You're not going to go outside your character. You're not going to react like a beta male. You're going to react like an alpha male. And you're going to de-escalate the situation or remove yourself. So that's the problem. The problem is that men are trying to, you know, instead of doing this self-work, we want to, you know, point the finger of why we react in a certain way we are. Why we react in the way we are. No. We need to work on ourselves and make sure we hold each other accountable for the things that we are doing wrong on both ends. So I agree with what you're saying. I do think we need work, but they also do too. Hello.
Yeah, but the focus is on us because we women. I can't tell a man. I ain't gonna tell a man. I'm not gonna tell a man how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you how you need to act with your man. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
I'm gonna let the men do the checking. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna do the right thing. But I'm gonna add to what I can, what I experience, and who I know I can relate to more, and who I can help correct, which is another woman. You know, I can't do that for another man. He ain't gonna listen to me. Only another man gonna let him do that. Iron sharpen iron. That
I agree. I get that. But the men, what kills me is the men that are up on these panels and up on these podcasts, and they were sitting here and hear the BS, and they see the BS, and they sit there with the cross-eyed, like, yeah, you right, yeah, you know, I understand, and there's no correction at all. At all. There's no work being done at all. But they get on here and talk all day about a woman ain't this and a woman ain't that and women this and women that. But then when the conversation comes up about them, well, no. You know, there's no conversation about them working. I feel like there needs to be more conversation on that. How about that?
Well, there is. That's what I'm saying. There is. The brothers is out here. Brothers is the main ones I'm seeing talking about the situation, to be honest, and talking about the aspect of what men should have did. Brothers is the main ones I'm seeing talking about it. At least FBAs. FBAs is the main ones I'm saying talking about it, to be real. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot to say about it. So I mean,
please send me. I'm just feeling like maybe I'm on the wrong side. Maybe I looked at the wrong lives, and they just.
Shout out to Afro Elite. Shout out to all the brothers. I was just in a space. That's why I was telling them at being alive. I was just in a space yesterday talking about it with Afro Elite. I think Tariq Nasheed already did a I'm not sure what Tariq Nasheed said, but I know he's spoken, and I'm sure he said something similar. But that's what Afro Elite, most of the dudes in the space that I was in yesterday, from what I heard, was like, yeah, you know, I would have did something. I wasn't gonna do that. However, she something. You know what I'm saying? It's just a comment there, but most of them was in agreement with Like, nah, I'm not doing it. I just seen Justin Blue, another brother, he's like a social commentator as well. He was like, yeah, you know, if I was there, it wouldn't have been like that. But it's also cause and effect. Look at how she think. Look at her disrespect she's had for men on the internet. Look how she probably feels. Look at how she probably interacted with that dude. This is a cause and effect. Like she, you know what I'm saying? So most of the men that I've seen talk about it are in agreement with, yeah, they would have did something. They would have probably done something different, but she's still wrong as hell. She still probably provoked that man. You still probably attracted that, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But we still have to have some couth, you know.
You just want to hold the men accountable.
Oh, I want them to be accountable. Look at him talk. And if it was, I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm sure my man would say the same thing. He would be like, nah, I wouldn't let that one happen around me. Like that's like he was like, nah, if my brother do something like that, I'd tell him, nah, what's wrong with you? Like, you need to chill out. I would sit him down. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's even sat my own brother down and said, hey, you need to do this. You shouldn't be doing this and this. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Tell him things. You feel me? And I feel like it's just that one little conversation probably stuck in his head. Next day, like, dang, let me calm down. You know what I mean? So, like, other men, you hold other men accountable. And that's not enough. I mean, not from what I see. I'm going to be quiet because you saying you do see it. So maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. Maybe I'm in the wrong side of the internet. And you know the internet will tell you. So
yeah, especially when you interact with stuff like if you comment on and talk about protect black women, the algorithm is just going to keep showing you some more shit like that. So you get
I still learning about the algorithm. I don't even be knowing about it. I saw the same lives all day talking about that girl all day. The girls on the brick. I'm like, every time I scroll, I see that.
Yeah, that's what they want you. They think that that's what you want to see. So that's what they're going to keep putting on your timeline. So that makes a lot of sense why you would see that.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I have enjoyed the women's opinions. I haven't enjoyed that much because I don't like the fact that they're sitting here like I don't want to sit here and bash black men. Like, oh, wow, we don't. This is why we did. Now y'all just want something to justify.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Okay. I've not enjoyed hearing that at all. And I'm not no female to go up there and say, yeah, you're right. Men ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're right. Like, no, we're not going to do that either. You know, so I have enjoyed, you know, hearing your opinion and the fact that, okay, yeah, she should have got hit with a brick. But at the same time, she used to conduct herself this way. Because that's, you know, you would be a lady all the time. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And you don't hear a lot of women talking like that up there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a lot of a push of two sides at the extreme. Whether it's the men that's say they went and did that and she don't deserve nothing, etc. But then you also got the women that's, you know, well, this is why men ain't did that. So we told y'all men ain't, you know. So it's definitely a push of two sides. I'm not surprised you see, especially on TikTok. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I told you I knew this was going to happen. And you go up for dudes speak and she mute him. I'm like, oh.
See, hell no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, all right, okay. So
yeah, we're not doing that.
You know what I mean? And I hope women learn from this situation. You know, I hope women learn from the situation that listen, even though men should protect you, like you said, we have to make sure that we are always putting ourselves in positions that men feel comfortable protecting us. You get what I'm saying? You know, you can't be out here being unhinged. And then and then wanting protecting and putting yourself on live and trying to embarrass people and be, no. But then men also, if somebody, that was my daughter, she hit with a brick, I don't care what you did.
A lot of fathers will look at it like that too. You know, you hit my daughter with a brick, it don't matter. Yeah.
Tell you that. You hit my daughter with a brick. That'd be the last brick you pick up. Just like okay? Y'all men gotta know that. Needs to know that. Okay?
Not for real.
Y'all, your comments is okay. Your comments is crazy.
Now, that's a lot of people in the chat. Shout out to the chat. You know, y'all appreciate it.
Shout out to the chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, well, I'm glad we came to this. I think we came to a good median, good conclusion. You know, I think this was a progressive conversation, constructive.
Mhm.
And I appreciate your perspective. You know, you coming up here and giving another perspective. Because if I would have got up here by myself, it would have just been that. I would have stood 10 toes on everything, and that would have been that. And that would have been that. Okay. So it's good. We got a back and forth. I like that.
Mention me, invite me back.
I got you. I got you. You will be back for sure. But all right, Sean, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna FaceTime you after I get off here. But let me close out the show and then I'm going.
All right, guys.
All right, Sean. Bye. Okay. Let me kick her out because she probably don't know how to leave, so I'm just gonna kick her out. But I like Z with the co-host. Y'all like me with the co-host? Do y'all? You know, and that's what I don't know why I stopped doing interviews. I might get back into it. We're gonna see. But yeah, you know, I like having guests on here too. It's always good to have a differing opinion. All right. But shout out to my sister. That was a great conversation. I didn't expect it to go on that long. This was 2.5 hours. Y'all know I ain't done a video that's more than 2 hours in a minute. And you know, I ain't done a video that actually was 2 hours in a minute. So shout out to her for sticking with me this whole time. That's a blessing. She was on here majority of the time and was keeping up the conversation. We got to see it. Okay. Shout out to the chat. It's a lot of y'all in here tonight too. It's a blessing. We love to see him. Shout out to y'all. And yeah, let me know what y'all think is. What y'all comments are. What your thoughts are on the whole situation in the comments below. Please bring me on Sincere. Sincere, I might have to have you on one day. Yeah, I'm talking Sincere. He cool too. He got that B1 perspective. I see you in the comments talking about they not FBA to share on us. It's not. Let me make that clear. This is not on FBA, brothers. None of the people involved was FBA. So we having a conversation around black men and women. This is a general, okay, thing that we're talking about, you know, across the diaspora, okay? Because although this was non-FBA situation to an extreme, we do have similar situations. I wouldn't say niggas going around hitting women with bricks. But we have had disrespect happen to women, and you know what I'm saying, men could have done more. That's happened before. It's within our community. You know what I'm saying? Not to this extreme, so this ain't on us. But it doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation about it or be involved in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because this is still a general problem for a lot of black people. But I enjoyed this live though. I'm glad everybody was in here. Not like Tambert, you annoying Mansoor. Shout out to y'all. Follow my backup Instagram. I mean my Instagram __CFWM. My backup __CFWM2. Make sure you subscribe, like, share the stream, all that. My Twitter is Shata_you. Patreon is A to Z TV if you want that exclusive, baby. Cash App is zezebih if you want to show me some love. Y'all, I appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to the chat. Complex, Cinder, Mansoor, J-Man, Afro Elite, Sincere Love to God, Era Blach, I don't know what that says, Marcus Moore, Reggie Stokes, Padlock, JV, BB Boy, Blazing, I got some weird names, Milton, Jeff, Shoe, etc. Love y'all. Peace. Be one. See y'all later.